curse. We can't curse in the first minute.
Didn't they roll back that
I don't
rule?
know.
I thought that they just recently did roll back that rule.
They might have. It is YouTube though, so like YouTube doesn't ever do anything right.
It's
Sorry.
always been finicky about
Nearly.
that kind of stuff.
I nearly died.
Oh,
Drinking
Bailey's dying.
Right.
Well, Austin, sorry, you've been grandfathered into the role of our main character because Bailey is dead now.
Oh well.
Yeah, you can be a lesbian for like a little bit,
This
right?
I
This
mean,
apathetic cat sopping wedge.
I do love that this VN author is just every time just makes the protagonist this pitiful creature.
She does have some other ones where I think they're not sopping wet pitiful creatures. Like I believe she has one where it's just like maid Yuri.
Maid.
They're just maids.
Mm.
I think she also has a vampire one.
Ooh.
The art style is different because the creator sometimes collabs with different artists.
Mm.
So you wouldn't like at first glance be like, oh, that's the same creator. But I follow the creator on Twitter. So.
Yeah, and to catch Austin up, because he was not here, this girl, she is a sad bag of fur who is at the end of her college years and really likes the violin despite being one, bad at it, and two, never really playing it.
Yeah, I was about to say that because she is playing her bow below the bridge.
Yes.
Down below the bridge sounds terrible.
Hey girl, I got one critique for you real quick. That's the reason her parents hate it when she plays it. It's because she plays it fucking wrong.
Yeah, right. It's just it's horrible. I'm looking at the creators page, and wow, she has a lot of stuff. Most of it is girl love, but she also has some BL and some what she says are quote unquote wholesome ones that are not like, you know, like this where it's kind of fucked up.
Ah. But yeah, we're this girl. We went through the woods after being warned we probably shouldn't, and then we met this girl.
Also, I also want to say it's raining in January in England.
So
or is it December? Yeah, is it December or January?
It's December because it's Christmas.
Oh yeah, because it's Christmas. Oh, also our family left us behind, but they like invited us to go with them to Australia, and we said no.
Could have been on the beach on Christmas, but no. Too sad.
Also, apparently we recently broke up with our girlfriend, or our girlfriend broke up with us. Something happened there, and that's why we're all sad.
I'm sure mushrooms come somewhere into play.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Oh my god, Shell. He's almost exactly like Cherry Pie. Man, it's really hard to name songs these days, huh?
Sometimes a fever is just a fever.
Real Or is it RE overwhelming because anime?
No, if it was RE overwhelming, then it would be with the with the
Oh,
two dots.
you're right. Yeah, colon.
Yeah, yeah, colon.
Hello, Shell. We were catching Austin up to the. Oh, that was pretty. We're catching Austin up to this story so far. Yeah, with most of our crew here and Clay going to be late. Shell, you have not said a word.
I have.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
I said hi to Bailey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello. I was eating, sorry. Let me make this full screen so I can actually see shit.
Get comfy.
Oh, these are so many fucking messages. I don't care.
Do you want?
Is it from your? Is it from your group that's exploding on that game?
Yes, it is.
Oh God.
Shell may or may not have started a war between two guilds in a game that she plays.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not on purpose.
That's not a good idea. I would not recommend.
No. It's nice to feel wanted, but I feel like I'm being courted by an evil empire, so.
Wow.
One group was like, "Hey, you should join us now that you're high enough level," and also her friends like part of it. Yeah.
And so
am I telling the story for you?
I'm loath to believe they're evil because my friend's there, but everybody seems to really kind of hate them. But he invited me over, and I was like, I gotta think about it. And then one of my alliance leaders that leads with me and whatnot was talking to somebody else's alliance leader about something about being in the top 5 because we're in the top 5 for our server, and we get stuff for that. And so we talked to him about it. He thought we were going to go either independent or join his group. So when I decided to join this quote unquote evil empire, he lost his fucking shit.
This is D&D,
and now there might be
right?
war. Now people are switching.
No, this is a mobile game.
Oh.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yep.
I
just wanted to play my stupid little Snow Blaster game, in the mini game in the game, but no, apparently I'm starting wars.
Apparently you're too good at it, and people want you for things.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, I don't have the most power in the server either. I don't understand what's up.
I think Shell's living in a different dystopia from us. What's going on? Alright. Well, Ethel looked into the girl's eyes, held captive by the intensity of her gaze. And her gaze, nudge.
I forgot that we didn't know this girl's name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's been extremely cagey every time we've asked. Or like started to bring it up. For a few moments, she could do nothing except sit there. She swallowed, tasting sawdust in her throat and dead, empty air. Then, like an aged automaton that was in dire need of oiling, she shook her head.
Oh, you poor dear. Sounds like life has been hard for you. But try not to worry. You aren't alone. I know how it feels, being unwanted. It's awful. And it just feels so unjustified in your case, too. After all.
The girl reached out. Take your pictures, take your screenshots.
Why? I could just force you to send it to the gallery.
Fair enough. She cupped Ethel's cheeks with her finger, her palms icy against Ethel's warm skin, and said,
You're so nice.
Do you really think so?
I think you must be. Otherwise, you wouldn't have listened to me so patiently when I was complaining about my grandparents. You're a sweetheart. And no matter how other people might have made you feel, I'm happy to be spending time with you. Meeting you, it's been really refreshing, actually. It's almost enough to make me think this was fated.
Needed?
That's right. I think you were sent here for a reason. You can laugh if you want, but I'm a pretty superstitious person. Maybe it comes from spending so much time with my grandmother. She always put a lot of stock into that sort of thing. Tea leaves and the aligning of the planets and star signs.
I'll just try and shut up.
And I don't think our meeting happened for no reason. It must have been ordained by, I don't know, fate, destiny, karma, kismet. Call it what you will. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I've let one too many of my grandmother's silly stories get to me.
The girl leant in even more closely, if such a thing was possible. Then, quietly, she said,
But there must be a greater reason behind why our paths crossed tonight. I'm sure of it. I've been so lonely here these last few days.
"That's the wrong game."
Nobody to talk to.
The girl's eyes continued to bore into Ethel's. Large, dark eyes like long, dark lashes, which seemed pregnant all of a sudden with meaning.
But now, I have you.
You have me?
Yes, I have you. You're mine now. Just like I'm yours.
What the fuck? She's just.
I can be your... What's...
Look, lesbians move fast, don't you know?
I did not know this.
Especially possibly Fey ones.
Ah, fair enough.
I can be your strange singing girl who takes refuge in the church at night to recite hymns. And you can be my wet, windswept stranger, come in from the cold.
So many jokes.
You're like
Yeah.
you're like writing a fan fiction, but it's literally what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll wait for you tomorrow night too, in this church, and we can have another wonderful tryst inside this crooked old building. How does that sound? Don't you think it's romantic? Just like something from a fairy tale.
Ethel thought of this. The girl's icy fingers, why were they so cold? Upon her own, and as she did, she felt herself blush. It wasn't a very pretty blush, of course. Ethel wasn't very pretty in general.
Just like ugly crying, apparently we have ugly blushing.
Yeah.
Her blushes, when they came, were uncomfortably intense, red and blotchy, and not so very dissimilar from acne. Honey, that's something you get checked out.
That's called rosacea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a diagnosis, honey.
That or you are hypercritical of yourself.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not
very.
if you're hypercritical of yourself. She wasn't attractive. Well, found the answer.
Yep.
Ethel knew she wasn't attractive. But she wondered, in that quiet, understated moment in the church, whether she was pretty to the dark-haired girl who cupped her cheeks.
If this was a fairy tale, then would this have a happy ending?
Oh no, I'm gonna eat you. Well now, that depends.
Um,
On whether you come back, of course.
Oh, okay. Thank God. I thought you were just going to rip my throat out right now.
Housefer, we do not need your additional dialogue.
I don't know. You could
Same
add to
for
the
you, Fenris.
ambiance. There's now a cat
I
in the
for one
church.
enjoyed this dialogue.
Nurse is panting in my ear, so.
Oh, there we go.
No.
And there's a dog. There's a cat and a dog chasing each other around the church now.
Yes. Two strays.
Mhm.
I'll be waiting here. So don't be a stranger. Stop on by. If you don't, I think we'll both regret it. I mean,
Impishly, the girl smiled.
then I won't be able to do this.
Oh,
Well,
well, we're in it.
we're in
here.
it.
We're in it, and by it, I mean a mushroom girl.
I do look at my status right now
What
on Discord.
mushroom girl's in your area. Yours in complete caps.
You.
Probably have this up. There you go.
Spores in you.
Oh wait, I didn't read that. My God, I gotta read this.
Yeah.
The girl dipped her hand before Ethel could say anything. Before she knew what was happening, Ethel soon felt something soft against her lips, and she gasped.
It's a mushroom.
It's just a portabella. You looked hungry. Oh, you. She could hardly believe it, but the girl was kissing her. The kiss lasted for but a few seconds. It was little more than a faint brushing of the lips, but it was enough to make Ethel's heart stammer. She knew, as the girl kissed her, her palm still pressed against her cheeks, that this signaled change. Though,
Yeah?
what sort of change it was, exactly, remained a mystery. It was undeniable, however, that this would alter her holiday for the good. Things would never be the same again. The girl had branded her. I'm sure she did, buddy.
Yeah?
If by branded you mean infected with spores, maybe.
She is fucking ringworm now.
Oh no!
The only reason I thought of ringworm was because of the market leaves.
Yeah, no, you're good.
And it is a fungus, actually, now I'm thinking about it.
It is
a
It's
fungus.
not too inaccurate.
No?
Instead of hickeys, she leaves ringworm.
Ugh.
Makes me shiver a little. Gross. Her kiss corroded, like acid, disintegrating all of Ethel's thoughts as if they were made of nothing more than the flimsiest, most insubstantial of crepe paper.
Creepy paper.
Crepe paper. Papier. There was the church. There was the girl. There was the kiss. And there was nothing else at all. Nothing in the whole world.
Instead of there was the church, I thought it said this is a church. And I'm like, this is a church.
Damn, we
Oh,
didn't even
now
get the title drop the first time. Ethel Briggs has been feeling restless recently. I should do narrator voice out. This is Ethel.
No, really.
There's something strange in the village of Oxford. This is just the trailer.
Yeah.
The girl.
Cool.
There's
From
something.
the forest.
There's something strange in Oxbury, or there's some strange in Oxbury.
There's some strange and something strange. The girl wants to consume Ethel alive. And as the days start to blur together, Ethel begins to wonder. Would it be so bad? Her love, like poison, coming to Steam September 1st. Hey Logan, now's a good time to say hi back. The rain had lit up somewhat when Ethel picked her way back home, but it hadn't abated yet. Ooh, bad time to yawn. A fine
classic.
smattering- Yeah, David special.
Honestly,
Fine.
if we had a bingo card for VN readings,
Yeah. I don't know
number
what,
one was
I don't know what
yawning.
makes me do
Yeah.
it. That's the free space. That's just in the middle.
Just in the middle. It's all the talking.
Yeah, I guess that's what. I don't know what's up with my weird body that does that, but. Mm-mm. A fine smattering of raindrops continued to fall from the obsidian sky, drumming disaffectedly against the foliage above and about her as Ethel tramped through the forest. The ground was muddy and uneven, and Ethel had to take great care with every single step she took. One wrong move could easily spell a sprained ankle, muddy knees, bruised and bloodied palms. The rain struck Ethel's scalp.
And a torn skirt.
Her wet dress,
Her wet
with
dress.
its dirty, with her dirty skirt and torn hem.
It's
The dirty hem.
I will forever remember the exact order that is in. Like, I cannot help that. Like, that is... You're talking about a brand. That's branded on my brain.
I'm gonna make you a throw pillow that just has that line on it.
Yeah.
I will gladly accept it.
You gotta make it also, you gotta like sew on some really lacy frills on the
There you go. And then, like take a fucking knife to them.
Yeah. You just stain it with like coffee grinds.
Oh, there you go.
I love it.
It trickled down the nape of her neck. I have a gravelly voice today. It stuck her close to her skin, and it chilled her to the bone. By the time Ethel finally managed to make her way back home, more than half an hour later, she was sniffling. And not because of a cold. Ethel shed her shoes at the front door, and shed her coat not long after. Her shirt, her skirt, and her socks all went the moment she made her way to the bathroom, where she ran herself a bath.
Ooh.
Then, she sunk into the tub, sighing with relief as she submerged herself within the awaiting water. If there was one positive to being caught in the rain, it was that taking a nice warm bath always felt better when chilled right down to the bone marrow. Ethel could feel the bathwater restoring life anew to her icy body. It was refreshing, rejuvenating, and she sighed in dazed relief from it. Ethel almost believed, as she curled herself up inside the tub, that she was being reborn, baptized in the kiss of that girl. Fuck, you never got her name, dumbass.
Do you need names when it's love?
Love does not require names, but it is much appreciated. The water was restorative. It would help her shed her old skin, butterfly so she could emerge from the bath as a brand new girl, a more confident, conventionally pretty girl, with smooth skin and a dirty dress, and which had never known a spot in hair, which wasn't quite so pragmatic. Her old skin, her old shell, lie like a deflated balloon in the bottom of the bathtub, gray, bloated, and swollen in the soapy water.
Yuck.
Ethel would deride it. Then she would discard it. God. Ha! That was a fucking fake yawn. What the hell? God. Ethel wished she could step out of her own skin, if only for a few brief, glorious moments. But when she finally pulled the plug and stepped out of the tub, the rest of her body came with her. Oh, there it is. Every last fold and every square centimeter of skin. Remember, we use the metric system in this country. Well, so much for
Yeah.
that. Ethel toweled her hair dry, pointedly looking away from her reflection as she did, and pulled on her pajamas. Then she retreated. She retreated to her bedroom. God, fuck me. Then she retreated to her bedroom, which wasn't really hers, not anymore. It was Manny's. He had remade this room in his image. A golden idol of him sat above the PC. And Ethel didn't much like what she saw. Wait, no, sat upon the shelf up here. That's Manny.
Yeah.
That's him.
That's him.
It's him.
It's him.
It was a room which was obviously meant for a teenage boy. So much so, she felt like an interloper. Manny might not have been there to chase her out of his room, but his disdain lingered. She didn't belong here. Feeling displaced and disoriented, she lay back on Manny's sheets and let her eyelids fall shut. Had the events of that night really happened? Had the girl truly kissed her? It was hard to say. Everything had unfolded with a subtle sense of surreality. The girl's voice light and reverent enough to mirror the beating of a butterfly's wings. Now, Ethel had put some time and some distance between herself and the girl. She found it even harder to believe what had happened. What reason would the girl have had to loiter about at St. Catherine's so very late at night? It didn't make any sense. It made even less sense that the girl had kissed her. Ethel had found it hard to come to terms with Clementine's affections when her girlfriend, no, ex-girlfriend, had confessed to her. But she found it harder still to accept this girl's feelings. Probably because you don't know her name. Honey.
Names are overrated.
You... shut?
Shut?
Just shut.
What? Just shut? Okay, I'll shut the door.
Wait, hold on. Don't leave.
Yeah,
I
read
saw
it.
Tumblr, and I was like, oh god.
Read it, bozo.
Clementine's septum had been pierced. She had dyed her hair pink. She had kept a Tumblr blog long after Tumblr had stopped being cool. And in her childhood, she had written fan fiction about Sam and Dean Winchester from Supernatural Kissing. They are brothers.
Yep. That is the most popular ship in that fan base. I don't know what else to tell you.
There are weirder ones out there.
I know there's some good ones.
I'm not part of Supernatural, but like I just know that that's like the biggest ship.
I liked
It's
the
disturbing.
pre-plot Monster of the Week stuff. I thought that was fun. But y'all have heard me talk about that already. Clementine hadn't been perfect. I mean, she did have pink hair and pronouns, after all.
That's blue hair that fucks you up.
I mean, pink hair is almost as bad, but like not as bad as the blue hair. Clementine had been more than willing to admit that she wasn't perfect. And since she'd since disavowed the problematic fanfiction she had crafted in her heady. I can't. Uncomplicated teenage years. Apparently, she'd been too young and stupid to know not to make the two brothers make out for several hundred words. Though she had sounded rather proud when she told Ethel that one of her immature, incestuous efforts had gathered a whopping 207 kudos on AO3. This is set in 2025, bitches. Up.
Yep.
There had been something reassuringly human in Clementine's flaws, and her dark roots which showed through her pale pink hair, the gap in her front teeth, the way she'd snorted when she'd laughed. Clementine had been brash and loud and brassy. She had intimidated Ethel when she had first met her at their university's writing club. Ethel hadn't ever imagined that a cheerful, outgoing,
Dude,
interesting girl like that would ever care about her. I'm fine. I just don't know what about reading words out loud does this to me.
I think it's particularly the narrator voice for whatever reason.
It is whenever I'm doing deep voices, most often.
He's lulling himself to sleep.
Maybe. I do have a deep voice. I am specifically trying to go for a tone that is soothing and relaxing, though. So maybe that is it.
You're soothing yourself to sleep.
Yeah. I just love the sound of my own. But she had been prepared to believe that Clementine was still an ordinary girl like she was. A girl who was made of flesh and blood. Who could laugh and who would cry. Who could laugh at herself when talking about her old, embarrassing fanfiction. The girl at the church, however, was different.
Yep.
Yeah, no shit.
She's made of mushroom.
Hold on, I'm gonna drink something. Maybe that's also it. Maybe it's just a weird throat thing.
Yeah.
Has some Dr.
She doesn't
Pepper.
know she's a scary mushroom lady yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she hasn't become like full sentient.
Yeah.
She's only sapient at the moment.
She's just
Yeah,
a
we
weird
don't-
girl. She's just a weird girl who sings in an abandoned church in the middle of the night and is really dodgy about telling her name.
Yeah.
I sprouted from the mushrooms, and it called me here. I am to sing. She was so pretty, she seemed almost otherworldly. Was she really human? No.
No,
Next question.
Actually,
Ethel couldn't imagine the girl at the church crying. She couldn't imagine her blushing. And she definitely couldn't imagine her shipping Sam and Dean Winchester. What a sentence. What a fucking sentence. I
thought that was just you commentary. I didn't realize it was actually written.
Nope. That was on the screen.
That was on the screen.
I'm not gonna lie. I like how real that is, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The girl seemed removed from petty concerns like fandom drama. What interest did she even have, anyway? She likes dirt, mycelium.
She likes singing in abandoned, quote unquote, abandoned churches.
She likes
It rains.
mushrooms.
She got grandparents.
She likes loose-fitting mesh dresses.
That don't have sleeves, and so she has to wear sleeves separate.
In the middle of fucking January.
And if,
She
she likes
to be
wearing
cold.
sundresses
That's something.
in the middle of January.
How did she fill her free time beyond kissing complete strangers in churches late at night? Also, I feel like I should say, hey, my girlies and guys, if you meet somebody and 30 minutes in, they kiss you and say, meet me here tomorrow night, don't go back. They don't care about you. They're just getting a hookup. I'm gonna be honest.
It's a lot of different options. It's kidnapping. It's murder.
Hookup.
None of it's good.
Yeah, that should be like the biggest red flag. How did she feel?
Especially when they start talking about how you're fated to be together.
Yeah, the fairy tale shit as well. Like, fuck that. No. That's manipulative bullshit. Don't fall for it. How did she fill her free time? Beyond kissing complete strangers in churches late at night. Ethel tried to furnish a past for the girl. Some sort of backstory. But kept coming up blank. As if she sprouted from the earth one day. And didn't start singing in a church. Like, Go ahead.
I do want to say that my theory for what's up with the girl and her being mushrooms is that I think the body we see is actually the body of the girl who went missing.
I like that idea because it's like the whole thing of it's like clearly this is a person, but it's cold to the touch.
Yeah.
And stuff.
And I think the mushrooms are just in her,
They're
pumping her around. Because
animating the
remember,
flag.
how many months
Remember.
back did it say? It said 6, right? That would have been summer.
yeah, it would have been summer. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Also, they never found the body.
Yeah, they didn't.
That's why she was like, "It's not a murder. She just disappeared."
Oh my god. Ethel brings her back home and her parents fucking scream at her about that being the missing girl. Just like imagine.
Yeah.
Like, we know her! We know her! Like the awkward pieces of an old jigsaw puzzle, nothing quite seemed to fit. The girl was an enigma, just like the woman from the famous Byron poem.
Byron.
Literature. Okay, Byron.
Mhm.
That literature professors still talked of 2 centuries later. Hello, son. You've been really cuddly today. Come here. You can sit here. That's fine. Yeah. All right. I'm equipped. I'm ready for the journey.
Yippee.
She walks in beauty like the night. Who was she, though? Where was she going? And what was she thinking? Perhaps she wasn't going anywhere, or thinking anything. Ow, 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 ow.
Cat attack.
She, like, straight up, she was on my, like, right shoulder, just leaning on it, and then
Yeah.
my shoulder was shifting because I was moving the mouse around, and she just, like, with her claws, climbed up me and over my shoulder.
What?
That was comfortable.
I'm sure.
The woman who walked in beauty never managed to arrive at her destination. How could she, when she didn't have one? Beautiful people didn't need to do. They only needed to be. Ethel was unsure, however, if the girl really was. She didn't feel real. None of that night had felt real. None of tonight. You mean. Ethel, meanwhile, felt far too real for comfort. Her hair was still wet from her bath. She hadn't dried it thoroughly enough. Oh, I feel you, girl. That happens to me. I have very thick hair, so water just fucking...
Oh, yeah.
God.
If my hair was longer, now that it's short, it dries much faster, but yeah, I'm putting a hand through my hair. It's still sort of wet from like a shower an hour ago.
And it was soaking the sheets. It felt like there was a damp towel pressed against the nape of her neck. It made her squirm. It wasn't exactly comfortable. She was too tired to get up and dry her hair again. Much too lazy to hunt for her mother's hairdryer. She would simply leave it be. Slowly, as she lay there, sleep began to creep up on her. It clouded her senses, dulling them until her thoughts felt oddly hazy. Ethel could still hear the rain as it fell outdoors, but it was very faint and indistinct, hardly audible. The soft pitter-patter of these scattered raindrops mingled with the sighing of the breeze, Ethel's own exhalations. Once again, Ethel thought of the strange girl, and of her strange kiss. It must have been over an hour since the girl had brought their lips together, but Ethel's body was still burning. Her thoughts, meanwhile... Ringworm. Her thoughts, meanwhile, continued to run into one another, all of them blurring together into an incoherent, indistinct mess. I should... Where my... Nope, it's as low as it goes. Alright, cool. I'm gonna bring my mic up so I don't lean into it as much.
Yippee.
There we go. ASMR mic stand. Her thoughts, meanwhile, continue to run into one another, all of them blurring together into an incoherent, indistinct mess. Good night, Ethel. Ethel saw Clementine in her mind's eye, with her sweet smile and her fluffy pink hair. But she was beginning to skew, to twist, to split apart. Is the mushroom mind controlling you to fall in love with this girl? Hold on. Like a reflection viewed in a film of water's undulating surface, Ethel couldn't pin it down. One of Clementine's eyeballs fell out of its socket. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god. Her mouth began to melt. She was starting to shift. Ethel wasn't picturing Clementine. Not anymore. It was the girl from the church instead. Ethel saw her vivid eyes. She saw
Wars
her
on the
pale skin.
brain.
Yeah. She saw her legs, slow, slender, like a ballet dancer's. She thought of how those legs had swished back and forth like metronomes. The girl smiled at her. Then, Ethel's consciousness failed her, and she fell asleep. Ethel's sleep was anything but restive, though. However. In her dreams. I really like the black bandana. That's cute.
I do. It's cute.
Which were faint and half-formed. She was in the forest again. Flanked on all sides by walls of dark, damp vegetation. The forest was pulsing about her, just like a living creature. It throbbed, and Ethel felt her own heart throbbing in tandem with it. She was running, her bare soul sinking into the dirt, though she had no idea what she was running from. Didn't know what was pursuing her. What was it that chased her in the dark, lurking among the trees? Ethel thought to turn her head, if only to discover the identity of her shadowy assailant. But she couldn't afford to let her attention wander. Tripping and falling would spell disaster. Ethel continued to run, on and on and on, her heart hammering in her chest all the while. Her hair fluttered as she skittered across. Skirted. That's skirted, not skittered. Jesus.
That's weirder.
Her hair fluttered as she skirted the trees, and her long shirt billowed about her. She turned this way and that, searching desperately for an escape. But part of her already knew that it was too late. Her shadowy pursuer was fast approaching. It was much quicker than she was, and she could never hope to outrun it. She could never outpace it. It would find her, and when it did, its lips would curl upwards in the corners, its teeth sharp as knife points, glinting in the moonlight. It would sink its fangs into her neck. Then, it would tear out her throat. She would scream, of course, as she oozed red-black blood. And then, suddenly Ethel stumbled. Her right leg had snagged in the root of a tree, and she fell. She tumbled forwards, her arms flapping, her eyes wide and afraid. But she didn't hit the ground. What's...
Yippee.
Oh, okay, click.
You have, like,
Instead, she woke up, tangled amongst her sheets like a fish in a net, gasping for air. Yeah, that's right, Flint. You're right. Her face was uncomfortably flushed despite it being another cold morning, and her palms were slick with sweat. There was an unpleasant taste in the back of her mouth, like mold or decay, and her tongue felt oddly furry.
ugh.
Had she forgotten to brush her teeth last night? Ethel tried to cast her mind back, but she couldn't. Her mind felt like it had been scrubbed clean. Her thoughts a vague, hazy blur. The back of her head hurt. Her limbs were aching, as though she really had been dashing to the woods in a desperate bid for her life. But the remnants of her dream were fast beginning to fade, exposed to the daytime light which was filtering in through the windows. Ethel sat up, then pressed her palm against her forehead. It felt clammy. Was she getting sick? She hoped she hadn't caught a fever after wandering about in all that rain.
I mean, yeah.
Man, getting a fungal infection and a cold at the same time sounds like hell. She didn't want to prove Mr. Brown right. Not, she supposed, that it mattered all that much. She doubted that she'd be seeing him again. Ethel blinked, her eyelids heavy, and stared at the wall of the bedroom. A bedroom which had once been hers, but was no longer. Most of Ethel's old furniture remained. The bed was still her old one, so was the wardrobe beside it. But Manny had transformed it in her absence. Ethel's old books and her journals and her little collection of ceramic fairies had all been thrown out, replaced with trophies from Manny's various football matches and his favorite sports manga. Fucking nerd. At least Ethel's old swivel chair, salvaged from a friend of Jude's who'd meant to throw it out, was still there. Ethel's ancient PC, however, had been chucked, replaced with a brand new model with a translucent case which lit up like a display of pyrotechnics. Ethel could see traces of her old life in this room, but they were few and far between. The times had changed, and they moved right past her. She didn't belong here. She was no longer wanted. Had she ever been?
Yeah.
Ethel sniffed. The wall blurred, and she had to wipe her eyes fiercely with the back of her arm.
What is wrong with you?
Sharply, she scolded herself.
Stop thinking too much. You'll never get anything done like that.
Ethel pressed the heel of her palm against her eyes so hard her vision blurred. Then, she forced herself to stand. She threw aside the covers of her bed and set about her day. Not that there was much of the day left. It was already 1300, 1 p.m.
Yep.
How could she have slept for such a long time? Well, I'm translating the numbers for our American audience, Bailey. They won't understand the weird things of Britain, you know?
I wasn't saying that to... And I wasn't trying to be snarky. I was just agreeing with you.
Look here, you little shit.
Why are you being so mean?
I don't know. I was making a joke, and then I realized it had come off a little too mean. I'm sorry.
You're good. We've said way worse shit to
Oh,
each other.
absolutely. I think we have given each other death threats jokingly. Like,
We have several times. And I remember vaguely saying I was going to find a way to your house.
David, I'm gonna find a way to your house and I'm gonna beat you to death. Yeah.
She did threaten you of that, and for a joke, if I recall correctly.
Oh, absolutely. It's always a joke until it isn't. Like, that's the thing.
It's always a joke until David gets murdered.
Yeah.
Listen, if
Oh my god, it's Clay. He's in
Wasn't
chat.
me. Why are you in chat and not in call?
Yeah, hop in
loser?
call when you're able to. He says, I'm late. Was there any mushroom smut? A little. We got a kiss.
We maked out. We
Yeah.
maked out.
There were mushroom smooches. Yeah.
And then Clay
Well,
says,
you know
I'll
what?
send our address to Bailey.
Yeah.
Way to be an enabler, Clay.
Thank you.
We love Clay. Clay's easily the funniest. I'm still typing a report. Okay. Well, when you get in here eventually, we will see you then.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I have a burp in my throat. Okay.
Drink some water or
I
something.
did just drink. I have a little bit of soda. At university, she had gotten into the habit of waking up early in the morning, at 0800, if not sooner, for her lectures. That's 8 a.m. for people at home. So fucking stupid.
So dumb.
She'd been letting things slide at her parents, maybe because she'd gotten into the holiday spirit. She didn't have any lectures to attend. Oh, there it is, excuse me, sorry. So there was no real reason for her to get up with the rising of the sun. She didn't have anything to do, nor anywhere to go. Full stop.
Girl, your thesis.
Your thesis, lady.
Your thesis, girl.
ADHD,
Thesis
like.
or contemplate the strange girl that kissed you in the church last night. I think her priorities are straight.
No, I
Actually,
would.
it's not great.
Priorities.
I would be thinking about it. I'm gonna be honest.
And sorry, I guess in this case her priorities are not straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not straight, but they are correct.
Yeah.
Lesbian panic. This thought was depressing, though. As was the realization that she had only about 3 hours of sunlight left to her. The days were so short lately, the nights so long. It was cold, too. Hey kids, remember, shoot for your goals. Ethel shivered as she changed out of her pajamas and into her casual clothes. The same sweater she'd worn last night, the same shapeless skirt.
Sorry.
It sounded like she was saying no to me.
I was meowing to my cats. What was going
I was like, damn, Calcifer does not want me to read this, huh?
And it's not even Calcifer, it's Lily. Lily, and she went meow, and so I was going meow back at her.
Okay. Same shapeless skirt, which she had left to dry on the radiator. She didn't care enough about her appearance to roodle about in her suitcase for any other clothes.
Brutal.
Roodle.
British.
She didn't care enough about her appearance to roodle about in her suitcase for any other clothes. And everything hung up inside the wardrobe now belonged to Manny. Wait, whose room is this? I forgot. Can you tell me?
Got it.
Hey, this is. Do you understand? She doesn't feel like this anymore.
I have kept quiet on this. I've been thinking this entire time, by the way. But
Yeah.
every time she like finds herself in this room again, whether it is walking into it or coming back to consciousness, she talks about this room not being hers anymore, and I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Once she tied back her hair into plaits, she then set about her day. She meant to work on her thesis. She would work on her thesis. But first, she had to have breakfast. Bitch, it's lunch now. I don't care. Yeah, or lunch, given how late it was. Ethel made herself a cheese toastie in the kitchen, using a toastie press that her father always forgot to clean, so crumbs kept getting stuck in it. Ethel made sure to check the press for moldy crumbs very, very carefully before she stuck her cheese sandwich between it. Ethel... the motion of eating your toastie.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yum, 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 and just bites into her hand. Ethel ate her
Oh, God.
toastie and sipped at a cup of peppermint tea she made herself. But this wasn't enough to satisfy her appetite. All of a sudden, she felt ravenous. She
Oh,
made
no, the
another
mush-
toastie, with ham this time, bright pink like sunburnt skin. And she ate that in silence too, with a second cup of peppermint tea. Ethel even thought, after that ham and cheese toastie, she could go for a third. But it was here that she stopped herself. Ethel is eating for two now. There wasn't much bread left, or much cheese. She didn't fancy trekking to the corner shop. What's wrong, Bailey?
She's pregnant.
Yeah, Bailey, that was the joke. Good job.
Yeah, you asked me why I was laughing at your joke, and I explained why.
I just love the way you said she pregnant, like as if you just realized what I meant by that.
See, Bailey, if you agree with him, this is what you get.
Yeah, this is. I get.
You get
attacked
bullied,
for-
and then you want to kill me faster. So who wins in
Look,
the end, Bailey?
I will say, I said that on purpose that way.
She pregnant.
Because I thought it would be funny.
Yeah, it was. Good job.
Thank you.
Affirm your friends' jokes. Remember,
Yeah.
or else they'll kill you. She wasn't in the mood for human interaction. Ethel watched the toasty press in the sink, if only to stop herself from daydreaming about a third toasty. Washed. Washed?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
did I say watched?
No, you said wash.
Okay, for some reason I thought I said watched. And set it on the rack to dry, along set the butter knife in her plate. I shouldn't need to explain what a toasty is,
beautiful-
right?
It's
No, you don't.
Okay.
You don't need to.
toast, right?
Yeah.
It's just
It's
like
like
a
a-
toasted sandwich.
It's like a toasted sandwich. It's like it basically like a panini press situation.
Yeah, it's like a grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I was the one who needed a toasty explained to me. Yes.
Feel free to put your hand up. It is fine.
Is basically.
Yeah.
I do want to say this art for this room in particular is gorgeous, and I love how fucking cluttered they made it.
Xbox.
And the fly paper, like
The fly paper,
Oh, shit, yeah.
the alcohol.
Oh,
Right
can I
on
get a
top
full-
of where the video games are.
all the shit on the shelves. It feels like my house.
It does.
But I do
This
like.
specific area does look like your fucking thing where your TV's in between.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is really
the
pretty. I
china.
love this.
Be right back. I need lemonades.
Monopoly, Connect. I thought it said conflict for a second. I'm not gonna lie. Jenga.
Monopoly is conflict.
No, I thought this right here, like where my
Yeah.
I thought that said conflict, and I was like, wait, hold on. And I read the other side. I don't know why that tickles me so much.
Oh, it's Catan at the bottom.
At the bottom. Oh, it is Catan. Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
What's this though? I'm trying to figure out.
Pluto.
Cluedo?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
You never heard of Pluto?
No.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna speed up a little. Elf on the Shelf. Book. DVD.
That is not an
slash
elf on a
Xbox.
shelf. That is a gnome.
I don't care. He's on a shelf. The bags. Bags of something. Purse.
I'm pretty sure Cluedo is just British Clue, by the way.
Really?
I'm pretty sure
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
They just
What?
decided to call it Cluedo.
No, it's
Clay.
no. Originally, Clue, I think originally Clue does come from there, so it was Cluedo to begin with. I think.
Clay says, I too daydream about a third toasty.
Daydream. You know what? I think it's very charming. The term toasty.
I like
I
it.
agree.
I mean, I'm gonna go make me a grilled cheese. Too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm
interesting 'cause-
talking about. I'm throwing butter on that bitch. But if I say,
It's
I'm gonna go
interesting
make me a cheese toasty, it's charming.
It's
We
very
had
charming.
cheese toasties tonight
There you go.
Yeah.
with tomato soup.
Oh man, that makes me want tomato soup and goddamn
I
it,
had-
shell.
I had kimchi stew
Nice.
because I made
Yeah.
it
I
weeks
have
ago.
leftover pizza beside me that I
It's
need
a couple
to
of
dig
days
into.
ago. Jesus.
Xbox. This task accomplished, she brewed a third cup of tea. There were still plenty of tea bags, at least. Then took her mug to the living room. She booted up the Xbox and started calling people slurs over Call of Duty lobbies. She would work on her thesis later. She still had time. No, not my girl! She would work on her thesis later. She still had time. First, she wanted to see what was on the TV. There was nothing wrong with that, was there?
Girl, the ADHD.
Up. Turns out, Trump is, doing more shit again. She needed to relax. Ethel flipped through the channels, but nothing caught her fancy. They were mostly showing old Christmas movies. The Santa Claus and the like.
God, I love
God.
that movie. I love that movie.
Those movies are old now.
Yeah, I've had to come to terms with that last year when they were running, and we
Holiday
watched them.
classics, like the
They were
Santa
like holiday
Claus,
classics, and I was like, the Santa Claus, and I was
the
like,
Santa
what?
Claus 2, the Santa
Yep.
Claus 3.
Yep.
There were only 3 of those, right? Was
I
there a
think
fourth
there's only
one?
3.
Okay.
I think there's only 3.
I know there was like a third Home Alone that was bad.
So, from my recall, there's Santa Claus, and then there's Santa Claus 2, where he has to get married, and then there's Santa
And then
Claus.
the Santa
where Jack
Claus.
Frost
No, Santa
plays.
Claus 2
Yep.
was. I don't think I actually ever saw the Santa Claus 3. But the Santa Claus 2 was he goes to get married, and then he makes a toy Santa who turns
Yeah.
Santa's
Yeah.
workshop into a totalitarian
Switch.
regime.
Yeah.
And he has to come back with his new wife in tow and save the workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second one was called the Mrs. Claus.
The Mrs.
Yeah, that's
Claus.
right.
And then the third one was where Jack Frost
Yeah.
plays.
Yep.
And
just
they
takes
go
his
into
place.
an alternate reality.
Oh, I did watch that one. I remember it now. Yep. Okay. I forgot about the weird alter reality thing.
I think the third Home Alone didn't even have Macaulay Culkin in it.
No,
Isn't that when
it
they switched
was so both of the first. So the first 2 Home Alones were set in the 90s, like the mid 90s. Home Alone 3 happened. I think it was made in 2004. Correct me if I'm wrong. It has a completely different kid, and it's weird and has a bunch of tech in it because they were trying to be like all modern, and it's bad. It's just not good.
I will say, before we move on, I remember one time I had, like, when I was following this one actual play group, and for Christmas they did a Home Alone hack with like D&D, except for the players were the burglars.
I love that.
And there was like some sort of twist where it turned out that they weren't the first burglars, and the kid just straight up killed the other burglars.
I'm sorry. Fucking
Like,
I'm sorry to break this to you, Bales.
Yeah.
There is no way the burglars from Home Alone and Home Alone 2 didn't eventually die from some internal bleeding.
Yeah,
like they're.
Yeah, no, I agree.
There was a thing I saw at one point. One, that sounds like a very fun thing to run for Christmas. 4 human fighters versus 1 rogue artificer. But there
Only
was
you still get to be called the bandits.
yeah, there you go. But there was this one, I don't remember if it was a Tumblr post or what, but it was a thing where it was like, yeah, no, I met, it was the, like, larger guy, the larger bandit, the shorter one.
Yeah.
And it was, the guy had met him in real life. Clay says, eventually, there are several times they would have died on the spot. Yep. But he had met the actor.
You got beaten in the head with a brick, like he'd be dead.
And full paint cans.
Yeah, they'd be
I'm
dead.
putting it in our server, by the way.
Putting what?
The VOD.
Oh, okay. But oh man, where was I? Oh yeah, he had met the actor for him, and the guy had asked him who his favorite actor was after he got like a signature from him. And he was like, "It's you!" And he handed the kid like a $20 bill and was like, "You're goddamn right," and then walked away.
Perfect.
Yeah. You know, I've heard that those 2 actors are actually really nice people.
Yeah.
It was appropriate, Ethel supposed, given the season, but she wasn't in the mood to watch any Hollywood actors wearing fat suits ho-ho-hoing. You can't be saying that. Don't slut-shame, Ethel. For want of anything else to do, Ethel wound up rifling through the DVD shelf. Manny might have thrown away her old wind chimes and her fairy figures, but her DVDs were still there. The box sets of Buffy and The Vampire Diaries and Doctor Who. Oh yeah, you're British. After some
Yeah,
deliberation,
and I enjoyed Doctor Who as well.
Ethel settled on Supernatural.
Oh God.
She'd seen the series through multiple times, but the adventures of the Winchester brothers always cheered her up.
She wants to write more fan fiction.
Yeah.
No, it was her ex-girlfriend who wrote the fan fiction.
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the ex-girlfriend to come back into the conversation here.
What do you mean? She doesn't have an ex-girlfriend anymore. Her brain has been wiped, remember?
Oh yeah, my bad. Sorry. Now she only has one
Ex-girlfriend's eyes
girlfriend.
popped out, and now she doesn't exist anymore.
She's only ever had one girlfriend, and it's the girl.
It's the girl. Friend.
You know. The series was old, and it was definitely corny. But that was where all of the appeal was. It was fun, and it was something Ethel's life severely lacked. Ethel watched 5 episodes of the...
Oh God.
Oh my god.
it's
It's them.
them.
It's
It's
Dam
Sam
and
and
Sean Winchester.
Thank you very much.
What?
I said, Dean, thank you very much.
No, I said it's Dam and Sean Winchester.
Oh, did you?
Oh. God, I don't know why that like broke me so hard. It's them, Dam and Sean. Then made a start on the 6th. She paused at intervals to make herself fresh cups of tea, or to snaffle snacks from the kitchen. Snaffle, I assume that means, like, steal or something.
Yeah,
Then,
probably.
before she knew it, the day disappeared. When Ethel checked her phone, she saw it was almost 21. Yeah, because they're like 40-minute episodes. Ya bimbo. That's like, you... After episode 4, you wasted, like, what? An hour and a half? No, almost, like, 2.5 hours. When Ethel checked her phone, she saw it was almost 2100. Where'd all the time go?
How's that thesis coming, girl?
Right?
Ethel nodded, worrying. Ugh. Ah, fuck my thesis. I have to go fuck the woman of the woods. Ethel gnawed worriedly at the end of her plate as she weighed up her options. It wasn't too late to make a start on her thesis, she supposed. She wasn't tired despite it being pitch black outside, largely because she'd woken up so late herself. She could still make some progress if she applied herself. She'd just have to focus. She could.
Oh.
Ethel's thoughts were soon interrupted, however, by a ringing in the kitchen. It was the rarely used landline. Somebody was calling her. But who and why? Wasn't it a bit too late to receive any calls? Shell, I want you to do something.
What?
Hold on.
Terrified.
I'm too.
No, it's fine. It's a dumb joke. I want you to make for me. Alright. Somebody was calling her. But who? And why? Wasn't it a bit too late to receive any calls? Part of Ethel hoped, stupidly, that it was Clementine. Who's Clementine again? Calling at long last to check up on her. She soon dismissed this thought, however, as a fleeting fancy. Clementine hadn't spoken to her in over a fortnight. I think that means like 2 weeks?
It's 2 weeks, yeah.
Okay.
2 weeks.
Ethel couldn't see any reason why she would do so now. Not if she hadn't bothered to call during Christmas or on New Year's. There was nothing special about the date.
Well, it is January.
Yeah.
Oh. It must have just gotten January, I guess. It wasn't anybody's birthday. Besides, if Clementine had wanted to call her, she would have called Ethel's ancient Samsung. Ethel's mobile had been silent all day, however, and the day before that, and the day before that.
Yeah.
It wasn't as though Ethel had no friends, even if her social pool had dwindled significantly after she'd broken up with Clementine. None of them had wanted to check up on her, however. Ring, ring. Answer the fucking phone, Ethel. It wouldn't be a friend then who was calling. It was far more likely to be your parents. The phone kept ringing, to sound shrill and unpleasant as it echoed inside Ethel's skull, and she winced.
Alright, I'm coming.
Ethel got to her feet and shuffled her unenthusiastic way into the kitchen. Then, she removed the phone, a bulky, boxy thing from its cradle, and held it to her ear. Thank you, Shell.
Hello, this is...
This is the mom, I believe.
Yes,
Oh,
it's the
hello
mom.
there, honey. I'm glad I finally got through to you. I guess she's Midwestern now. It took a minute. I was worried I was having trouble with the connection. I texted you a couple times, but you didn't reply. I was starting to wonder about you, all alone in the house. How have you been? Are you hanging in there? Everything's okay, isn't it?
That's a really
It's
weird
that good
mix
old
between Midwestern and
what is it?
Irish.
So instead of Pennsylvania Dutch, it's Minnesotan Irish.
Yeah. To be fair, if you do a Minnesota accent, it is like a weird start with an Irish and then make it cheery and like take out a bunch of the enunciation. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Heard it from Rox firsthand. Irish people are not cheery.
I mean, they are very cheery if you do certain, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I'm being an ass.
Oh,
Alright, fuck you, bud.
Minnesota.
How have you been? Are you hanging in there? Everything's okay, isn't it?
Ethel took a step back, not knowing who this woman was, unnerved by the sudden deluge of words from the other end of the line. She wasn't sure how to answer this. Who was this woman? How had she been hanging in there, metaphorically speaking? She was still alive, at least, but she didn't necessarily feel it. Her sleep schedule had
He's
been
fine, baby.
so shot.
You're fine.
You're fine, sweetheart. Her sleep schedule had been so shot. She still felt half awake. Or maybe that should have been half asleep. There was a pause, and then...
I'm fine, I guess.
That's great, Effie. I'm glad things are going well. And what time is it over there? It's 8 here. We've only just woken up. We'll be on our way down to Brekkie soon.
That was very like Lauren, with her weird Irish accent. She had a way of infantilizing her own speech, breaking down words like one might when talking to a baby, regardless of who she was interacting with.
If
She
you
always
remember,
baby talked at me.
Lauren wanted to be an actress, but she's a failed actress, partially because she could never keep her accent straight.
Hey, fuck you, bud.
I feel attacked. Ethel did wonder sometimes. Wait, did I read that?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I did.
No.
Ethel
Yeah, you
did
did.
wonder sometimes when she was feeling especially cynical. If this was a habit Lauren had picked up from TikTok, in her attempts to make her videos suitably inoffensive and toothless. But Lauren had always been like this, long before becoming a micro-influencer. She had embarrassed Ethel plenty during her school's parents' evenings, when Lauren would, without any traces of irony, ask whether her then teenage daughter had been a good girlie who'd not been up to any mischief.
But I'm waiting for Manny. You know what he's like in the mornings. He's awful for it.
Oh, yes, I know.
Mom, you gotta stop changing your accent.
Mom, you have to stop changing your accent. That's why Manny takes forever to get out of bed.
He's sick of hearing you speak.
Ethel knew this only too well. She'd been on the receiving end of Manny's sour stares more times than she could count over the last couple of years, when she'd come back to her parents from university.
Again, I don't belong here.
I don't care. Manny had been sweet enough when he'd been a child. Ethel could still remember the day he clung to her,
begging her to play with him. But he'd undergone a drastic transformation once puberty had hit him. His skin hadn't turned green, and he'd not sprouted any antennae, but he had become surly. So much so, Ethel sometimes wondered whether her parents shouldn't have called him Moody instead. Manny had also become something of a night owl. Yeah, he has a full-blown, it's a decked-out looking PC in his room.
Yeah. He's staying up on that thing.
Yeah, he's playing Helldivers 2 on that thing.
He is.
It wasn't uncommon for him to stay up until the early hours. I was right!
You were right.
I knew it!
Vindicated.
Because I do it! I do that! He would commandeer Rowan's old laptop when Ethel was at home, and he could no longer access his fancy PC. But he said it was too old to run his favorite games properly, that it stuttered and lagged. I mean, it is a laptop.
No. He's talking about his old... Wait, go back.
Rowan's old laptop when Ethel was at home. Because Ethel's using the PC in that room.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Because he's not allowed to be on his gaming PC when Ethel's around, because that's Ethel's room for the time being.
Yeah. I assume, at least. It also might be because Ethel's using it to write her thesis.
She would not be writing it the whole time.
She wouldn't be writing it the whole time, but at the same time, I could see it being like, "All right, dear, you're not allowed to go in your room when Ethel's here, because it's her old room, so she's staying there." Oh,
yeah.
Shite. Also, we're not gonna move your PC because we have to have easy access for Ethel to write her thesis, okay? Yeah, Mom. Fuck. Hey, don't use that language with me. I'm your mother. Being parted from his... Oh. Being parted from his gaming PC always put me... I half expected you to interrupt me again. I'm not gonna lie.
Mean it!
No, I was doing it as a joke. Being parted from his gaming PC always put Manny in a bad mood. And when he lost a match on Rowan's laptop, his cries of disappointment would filter through the thin walls of the house. It looked like Manny was up to his old tricks even in Australia. Maybe the jet lag could be a contributing factor to his inability to wake up. I mean, thinking about it, that's like literally the opposite side of the world. He should be doing great over there. Well, whatever the case, Ethel didn't begrudge her mother for having to wake him. Although, now that she thought about it, the task of waking Manny up had probably fallen upon Jude's capable shoulders instead. They were a lot bigger than Lauren's.
It's almost 9 here.
Ethel said, in response to her mother's earlier question, a reply which, though Ethel could not see it, she was sure made her mother blink. In the morning, dear.
No, in the evening. It's pitch black outside. Australia is 11 hours ahead of the UK, remember?
Oh yes, 11 hours. You're always so on top of these things, Effie. You're such a smarty pants.
I don't think so.
Oh, but you are. Don't be so hard on yourself. You need to learn how to take a compliment. Now, how's that thing that you've been working on?
Oh god.
Thing?
Yes, you know, the thing. The thing for your uni. What's it called again?
You're referring to my thesis?
Aye, that's right, your thesis. How's it going, baby girl? Well, I would hope. You did miss out on coming to lovely Australia after all for it.
Everything's alright, I guess.
That's great, honey. I'm glad to hear it. Your mother's rooting for you. You've got this. Lauren might not have understood what Ethel was studying, but at least her support was genuine. That's nice.
Yeah.
Ethel knew that her mother really was rooting for her, regardless of what happened. They were about as different as it was possible for a mother and daughter to be, but Lauren's love for her daughter was sincere. coming from being one of the oldest, being the oldest of parents who neither which went to college. God, yeah, they want you to get through that shit. Oh shit,
Yeah.
I'm a dropout.
Hey, happens.
Yeah. Ethel was quite fortunate, really, to have a pair of parents who did not care about her so much. Who did care about her so much, even if they didn't understand her. She appreciated everything her parents had done for her. That only made her feel worse for fudging the truth. Why couldn't she be more honest? Well, I'll leave you to it then, my little genius. Study hard, but not too hard. You know what they say. All work and no play makes Effie a dull girl. Go and have fun if you can. Not that there's much to do around Hawkesbury, I'll admit. Still, you could always get the car. Maybe go for a drive to Marston.
I can't drive, Mom. I didn't pass my test.
Oh, yes, my mistake. Still, you're almost there. Even I can drive, and I was hopeless at school. Miss Pike always said I was thicker than a brick wall, and she was probably right. You should be able to manage your driving test easy peasy. Clever clogs like you. There's nothing to it. Just don't kill anybody and you'll be golden.
Thanks. I'll, try to keep that in mind.
Atta girl. Now I must be off. Looks like Jude's finally managed to get Manny out of bed. And about time, too. He was sleeping like the dead. I'll speak to you later, Effie. Have a nice rest of your night. Not that there's much of the night left. Ta-ra now.
Yes. Goodbye.
There was a click on the other end of the line. Then, there was nothing. Lauren had gone. She'd left her sad, serious daughter, who was sequestered away in their too small home in the grey and desolate Hawkesbury, and returned to the sea and surf of exotic Australia. Well, the sea and surf would come later, probably. First, Lauren and the others would be going down to the dining room, where they would eat their fill of fried sausages and fried mushrooms and baked beans, because, God, Ethel frowned. Her mother ate just as much as she did, if not even more. She was skinny as a post. Ethel, meanwhile, couldn't look at a full English fry-up without gaining weight.
We certainly know where that weight's going. Yeah. Yeah.
You're talking about her fat tits, Bailey.
I really am. Also the fact that neither of the girls we've seen so far are wearing bras, from what I can tell.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, huh?
No.
Life could be so unfair. Also, Austin left.
Yeah, Austin did leave.
Oh, unfortunate.
We scared him
Speaking
away.
of food, Ethel could hear her stomach rumbling. Maybe it was
Another
time to root
toast.
through the fridge again. Another toasty. With some luck, she should be able to find something worth eating. Or at least the ingredients for
I
a
kind of want
third
some fried
toasty.
sausages right now, man.
Ethel commenced her search, and was soon rewarded with some spoils which looked promising. At the back of the fridge, covered in a taut layer of cling film, was a shallow baking tray full of her mother's cherry pie. Lauren wasn't the best cook. She tended to wing things, and her culinary creations always ended up overcooked or underdone as a result. But she was a surprisingly decent baker. Lauren's grandmother, Ethel's great-grandmother, whose name she had inherited, had taught Lauren the arcane art when she was younger, and Lauren had always been very close to her granny. Lauren had taken her granny's recipes to heart. She had practiced and perfected them for birthday parties, village fetes, and charity sales, until her brownies and blondies and chocolate chip cookies became the talk of all the mothers at Hawkesbury Primary. Okay, that's actually quite adorable that her mother named her after, like, the person she learned so much baking stuff from. I like that. Ethel, like your name more. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Lauren had stopped baking quite so much once Manny had grown up, but she still liked to dabble from time to time. That was where this cherry pie, sitting on the bottommost shelf of the fridge, had come from. Lauren had been anxious the night before her flight, She was afraid of heights and terrified of planes, and she hadn't been able to sleep.
Man,
No.
Lauren, anxiety bakes like Sheldon's.
Listen.
You know what's really funny? I like, the minute I get on a plane and like it starts getting up in the air, I conk out, but I am terrified of heights. Like specifically man-made ones. So you
Oh,
think
I
a plane would be
am-
terrifying to me. But no, I'm
I'm-
fine.
yeah, same. I am horrific, like fucking screaming my head off, nauseous when it comes to like rides.
Oh, I
but,
love
like,
rides though. I do love roller coasters. Mainly because I'm terrified the whole time.
Yeah, me too.
I
Love it.
it is not a good experience for me personally.
I am the kind of
Yeah.
weirdo. So a quick story. We've detracted a lot, but a quick story. The way I found out I was afraid of heights is when we were on vacation to the Outer Banks, and we went to Cape Hatteras. You can guess.
Lighthouse?
Yep. You can guess really quickly how and why I gained my fear of heights or learned about it. Just
Funny.
feeling the thing move as I was like walking up and being like, I don't like this. I don't like this. And like clinging to the rail. Eventually gaining the fucking the gumption to like step out onto that balcony that's up there and like look out, which was beautiful. Until I did end up looking straight down and was like, nope, I'm going back in now. And I just
like to
clung
think
to the rail until my family was done.
I like to think that when you're up in a plane, your body's just like, we're not dealing with this shit, and just shuts you off.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's what it is. I don't know. I feel bad though. Last time I was on a plane, I think I fell asleep and like fell onto a guy's shoulder.
God.
I like woke up later and was like, oh man, I'm so sorry. And he just like kind of shrugged at me.
It's like peacefully drooling on his arm.
I hope I wasn't drooling. That would make me feel even worse. But yeah, no, I just conk out. I don't know what it is about planes, but... Oh wait, did I read that?
You did not.
Oh, I did not. Not knowing what else to do with herself, she'd gone downstairs at 2 in the morning, wearing her favorite pink nightgown, which made her look a bit like the stuck-up poodle from Oliver and Company. And she'd begun to bake. When Ethel herself had awoken later, much later, at 1 in the afternoon, hey, Ethel, are you really giving other people shit about being a night owl? Her parents and her brothers had already left for Luton Airport. They hadn't awoken her to wish her goodbye, but perhaps they hadn't needed to. They said goodbye the night before. And in any case, Lauren had left her daughter a note. We've already left for the airport, love, she'd written. The loopy cursive, Lauren's spelling wasn't the best, but her handwriting was a work of art. Picked out in patchy blue biro. Yeah, okay. So don't worry about us or wonder where we are. I'm sure we'll be fine. I couldn't sleep last night, so I made some cherry pie. It's cold and in the fridge right now. Have as much as you want. If you don't, it'll go to waste. Love you, Effie. See you later. Stay safe. Kisses, 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 kisses. That was one of the things Ethel liked about her mother. They might not have seen eye to eye on a lot of things, but Lauren wasn't exactly stingy with her affection. Ethel allowed herself a small smile as she took the cherry pie from the fridge. It had been a few days since her parents had left for Australia. She had been grazing on the pie in their absence. It wasn't as good as it had been. The crust had lost some of its crunch, the cherries inside their contradictory sweet sharpness. But it was more than edible. Making sure I read that right. There was only one slice left, and Ethel meant to make short work of it. She slid the remaining slice of cherry pie on an old IKEA plate, which she then shoved inside the microwave. She let the pie rotate in the microwave for a couple of minutes before drawing it out. The center of the pie had been cratered, and the bright red cherry filling looked almost garish. It was streaked across the plate, bright enough to be obscene.
Maybe because you put it in there for multiple minutes, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. The darker
Excessive.
pieces... Hey, now you know why it's so bitterly sweet. The darker pieces
Yeah.
of cherry, mixed along the lighter, more inoffensive sauce, looked unnervingly like blood clots. Ethel was reminded rather forcefully of the toilet bowl during her period,
Ew.
and her stomach turned. Just don't think about that. What the fuck, girly?
Girl.
Maybe she wasn't as hungry as she had thought. Nope. For a few moments, she considered scraping the cherry pie into the bin, but she discounted the idea. She didn't want to throw away her mother's hard work. Ethel took the cherry pie to the kitchen table, then sat down. She began to eat, trying to force all unfortunate associations with the lopsided pie on her plate and the toilet bowl to one side. But this soon proved to be a difficult endeavor, especially when a strange musky taste spread across her tongue.
Oh, that thing has spoiled.
Ethel's nose wrinkled. Yeah, feeding sugar to your fungal insides, huh, girlie?
Well, also, it probably has been in there for at least a couple of days.
Oh, yeah. What was that? It tasted like Jude's compost heap in the garden smelt of dirt and
Ew.
decay. Ethel had sampled her mother's cherry pie numerous times in the past, even the less than perfect pies which she had burned on the bottom, but it had never quite tasted like this. I have a little sip.
A little sippy.
Little sippy.
It's like compost. The inner spores in you should love that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Compost.
Aren't y'all glad I'm doing most of the reading?
Yeah.
Ethel swallowed her mouthful of pie as best she could. Then, she examined it. It looked normal at a cursory glance. But a quick excavation of its underside with the tines of her fork revealed something rather alarming. The crust which encased the pie, once a uniform gold, had endured a troubling transformation process. The pie crust was flecked with discolored patches,
Ew.
ghostly white, and more worryingly, a sickly, lichen-like green. Ugh.
Ew.
Was that mold? Yes, girly. Fuck.
Yeah. You ate mold.
Uh,
Ugh.
Ethel's stomach, which had felt uneasy ever since awaking, lurched. She felt like she was going to be sick, but she didn't want to be. Just like some people felt faint at the sight of blood, Ethel couldn't stand the sight of vomit, a fact which hadn't made her very popular at Madeline Dawes' 6th birthday party. Madeline had forced them all to play a game, overseen by her mother, where the participants had to stuff as many marshmallows into their mouths without gagging. One girl, Naomi, had managed a whole whopping 21 marshmallows before her gag reflex had kicked in. She had thrown up, a horrible
Yo.
pastel pink semi-thick sludge which had oozed, not trickled, down her chin and onto her frock.
No.
Oh, don't worry, I'm going to start reading this even slower. Naomi's vomit smelled awfully acidic, but it had been sickeningly, cloyingly sweet at the same token. Her vomit semi-solid and full of pillowy pastel chunks of marshmallow. It had been the smell of it, more than the sight of it, which had turned Ethel's stomach. Yeah, no, I get that.
Yep.
Her innards had twisted, like kneaded dough. Then, in sympathy for Naomi, she had also vomited. This had triggered a chain reaction, and by the end of Madeline's party, 4 children had emptied the contents of their stomachs all over Mrs. Dawes' newly installed
Who the fuck plays Chubby Bunny on a white carpet?
Siberian
Yeah.
Idiots.
Siberian white
Siberian.
carpet. Also, that makes me like wonder because like that's pretty common, right? Like the smell of vomit making
Yeah.
you want to
I
vomit.
can't. It's
Yeah.
awful. Yeah.
Like I wonder if that's a weird survival thing that
Oh, it
we
is.
evolved.
It is.
Okay, that makes sense because if somebody ate something bad and they vomited, you want to vomit
Mhm.
too, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
It is 100% a survival thing.
Okay. Glad I'm not the first person who put that together. Because
Yeah.
Ethel hadn't been invited to Madeline's house again, though Naomi had.
What?
That's because Naomi was a winner. Okay.
Yeah, Ethel's a loser. Ethel had always found that unfair. Naomi had been the one who had thrown up first. But maybe it didn't matter who'd done it first. It mattered that Ethel had, because she had only ever been there under duress. A pity invitation sent by Madeline's mother, because she knew Ethel didn't have any real friends at Oxbury Primary. Madeline's mother had soon stopped pitying her after that great vomiting incident, however. This memory brought a fresh flush of shame to Ethel's face. She swallowed the bile which was rising in her throat, thick and fast, and pushed the moldy cherry pie to one side. Then she leaned back in her chair, pressing her hands to her cheeks, trying to force herself to breathe. Girlie, just vomit it. That shit's gonna make you sick.
It's gonna make you sick, no
Like,
matter
that's-
what.
If it's a cold that you have already, vomit that, honey. What was she supposed to do with the rest of her time? Vomit. She supposed she could always play the violin, but the thought didn't fill her with much excitement. She couldn't see the point in playing if it did not make her happy. But that was where the problem lay.
Dude, take your violin to the church, and then the girl can catch you playing the violin. It'll be a great rehearsal.
There you go. Nothing had been making... Yeah, you're about to give this girl a panic attack, Shell. Nothing had been making Ethel happy as of late. When she thought about what she wanted to do, all she could see was a void. Blank and empty.
Baby,
Ethel-
you need antidepressants.
Oh, absolutely.
Like 100%. Go get you some antidepressants, and then realize that your brain's just being stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even need the antidepressants to realize that. I'm blessed. Ethel continued to sit there, the nape of her neck pressed up uncomfortably against the back of the chair, her cheeks sticky from cherry pie. Ugh.
Whoa.
She
Why
was sure
is it all
though.
over your cheeks?
Well, she had one big bite.
Yeah.
One big bite, and then she smeared it over her face in ecstasy.
Sorry, I forgot that's how you eat pie.
Yeah. Don't you
just go
know,
face
Shell?
first.
God.
My bad.
If anything, to show true appreciation, you've been in the South for long enough. You should know you should be rooting through that pie like a truffle pig.
True. Like a pie eating contest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was sure, though she couldn't see herself, that she must have looked like an awful mess.
Girl, wash up.
But the girl yesterday in the church had been nice to her. Nicer than she probably deserved.
Girl.
7 days. She'd called her pretty. Then she kissed her. The thought of this kiss surfaced at the forefront of Ethel's mind. And then she vomited.
And then she threw up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fist bump. Then she flushed. Maybe
Well,
she would.
it's what you should do after you vomit.
Yeah. Maybe she would go and see the girl. It wasn't as though she had anything else to do. Ethel rose from the dining room table. You didn't wash off your face, you dumb fuck. Oh my god, it's Clay.
Hello.
Hey, Clay,
yeah.
you're just in time. She's about to sneak off and meet her little mushroom mistress.
Ooh. I always like to arrive in time for the mushroom smut.
Yeah.
Of course,
yeah.
of course.
We ate spoiled cherry pie, and instead of throwing up, decided that we're going to keep that shit inside of her body.
And also smear it on her face because her cheeks are sticky.
Yeah.
It was a really
Yeah,
good
please.
pie.
We apparently don't know how to eat food. And also, we don't know how to check food to see if it's moldy before we eat it.
But
Listen, I think she's just into eating mold now.
Yeah. We did also joke that, I don't know if you were watching the stream at that point, we did joke that the spores are making her hungry.
she
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Reganin it?
She's
Pregante.
pregnant. She's pregante.
She
Am
pregnant?
I pre-gat?
Am I pregnant?
Am I pregnant?
Pregnant.
Also, I don't think you were in
probably...
Pregante.
chat. Yeah. Also, I don't think you were in chat for it, but we did end up ending the first night, and we got a kiss.
Ooh.
Yay.
We got kissed.
Did you get to hear his Minnesotan Irish accent?
Oh, don't you know?
I believe there's something in the chat about that.
Oh, was there? I
Something
didn't see it.
Midwestern plus Australian equals British.
I just saw
All I
that.
could think of was that I made the joke that you've heard of Pennsylvania Dutch before, but now we have Minnesotan Irish.
Hey. I do lass.
God.
Ethel rose from the dining room table, then padded over to the front door. Once there, she put on her shoes, which were old and worn like all of her clothes. We get it. The insides worn away from... They felt a little too snug around her feet. Perhaps she ought to buy a new pair. But Ethel endured it. She talked about her shoes, or was it her jacket last time?
Her jacket last time.
Okay, it was her jacket last time.
Her jacket that she decided not to wear.
Okay, there
Yeah,
we go.
because it was so threadbare.
She has beef with
That's
Mr.
so-
Brown for no good reason.
Yeah, Mr. Brown is such a nice man. I can't believe this. The physical discomfort was a worthwhile trade-off for the reassuringly familiar fit of them. Dressed and
feel
ready
that.
to weather the great outdoors, Ethel retrieved her father's torch from his toolbox once more, where it slumbered in the dark alongside his other tools, his screwdrivers, Allen keys. Did they call them Allen keys?
Yeah, they call them Allen keys over there.
Neat.
Mhm.
I get why. That's neat. And other bits and pieces Ethel couldn't name.
Wow,
wait
you
for
could
us-
only name 2 of them.
I can't wait for us to get the option to swing the
Magnite?
to
Magnite?
swing the maglite at this girl like a baseball bat or not. Like she gets a little too handsy. We have to decide whether to kill her in that moment or not with the maglite. Now armed and feeling a little like a discount knight from an old fairy tale, Ethel then left the house. I'll go on with my sword.
I'll go on with my sword.
Ethel-
Also, I thought that for a brief second, maybe I should try to make her British, but I don't think I can do that. And
And soft
kind of-
voice.
a soft voice, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's Irish. Never mind.
You can't even do it British either. So
God, yeah, I've just done too much Irish that it always falls into Irish.
look, I will say this: it's better that you keep the Irish so you can do the Irish on Saturdays.
So I can play my gay Irish vampire. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Irish, as the cool kids call it.
And then eventually, if something bad happens, a different Irish.
A different Irish.
Ethel closed the door behind her with a thud and fumbled with the keys for a few moments. You know, the Allen keys. She tried to jam them rather futilely into the lock, before she realized she was trying to use the back door key instead. What a stupid Ethel. Stupid Ethel. Ethel's
What do
face
you mean?
flushed at this folly, though there was nobody around to tease her for it. She didn't come back home very often, and she got simple things like this mixed up sometimes. What do you mean what I mean? This is the type of fucking weird dialogue that Ethel does in her head.
Yeah.
After locking the door, she then set off into the night. The rickety gate fencing the family's house creaking beneath her fingertips as she pushed it open. Run-on sentence. She hoped that she'd be able to make it into the woods uninterrupted. But the distinctive high-pitched sound of a dog's barking made her pause. That was a dog? Yip, yip. That barking sounded awfully familiar. Was that fucking man on a leash? Yip, yip.
The man on the leash?
Yip,
Hey,
yip.
yo.
Yes, it was.
And here, Lauren said that there was nothing to do in Roxbury.
Besides weird BDSM stuff.
Oh god.
She's been protecting Ethel from it for too long.
she knows about it. She just doesn't think Ethel will like it. Her daughter's too vanilla for that.
Yeah.
Ethel's too low for that.
Honey, you may be a lesbian, but oh, I know you're just a fucking piece of toast. Oh my god.
Damn. Way to get called out.
Ethel could see a small, fluffy dog resting in the corner. One of such diminutive stature, and with such floppy ears, it looked a little like a toy Russell. I would love it if every night we went out to meet this girl, Ethel is like slowly decaying, and Mr. Brown just comes over and goes, "You look worse today. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Do you need help?" Just like
I just want the
every-
daily check-ins from Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, maybe he's stalking her. Maybe this girl is gonna save her from her creepy neighbor stalker.
It's
Like,
the
Man's just
second
walking
night.
his dog.
It's the
I will
second
say
night.
the man is just walking his dog, and this town is small enough. It might just be.
This is,
He
it's
does
cool.
seem to be walking his dog at the same time at night that she decides to go out on a lone walk.
They did
To
say
be
it
fair,
was like
like
9
the
o'clock
walking-
yesterday night,
Yeah.
and now it's like 9 o'clock tonight, I think, right?
Who walks their dog at 9 o'clock in January?
This
Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown.
God. What, do you hate Mr. Browns or something?
No, I just think all Mr. Browns are stalkers.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Sorry for any Mr. Browns.
So
in
you
chat.
don't hate them even though you think they're all stalkers. So do you like
No.
stalkers? Is that
Cool stalkers.
A cool
Cool
stalker.
stalker. I think those only exist in Tumblr fanfics. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you, but that, just because you wrote it on AO3 shell doesn't mean it's real.
You know what is really funny though is that I read the description of a stalk. Like there was something that I was reading or watching, I don't remember, but somebody described what it felt like to have a stalker, right? Like
Mm.
the things that he would do and all these things. And she's like, it's not until like I said them all one after the other that I realized it was a stalker. And I sat there and was like, man, like you think you would notice it? And I started thinking about it, and I was like, well, I might have had a stalker at some point,
Yeah.
Was it a cool stalker?
like a harmless stalker. But I was like, yeah, he did appear at random places that we were all the time.
God, terrifying.
That's a thing about, like, stalkers, is you don't know until it happens a little too often and you notice the pattern.
Or until they fuck up, you know?
Or until they
I
fuck
thought
up.
David was gonna say it's a thing that Shell wouldn't know she had a stalker.
It is a
I-
thing that you wouldn't know, but also...
I will also say, given where you've, like, lived, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. You've
Seattle is weird.
always been in big cities, huh?
Yeah, like, see, like, I feel like in bigger cities, it's easier for stalkers to get away with that shit.
They can just
True.
dissolve into a crowd pretty easy. There was a red collar around
I didn't hate that guy, and he was a stalker, so
Okay. Shell thinks stalkers are cool. You've heard it here first.
not all stalkers. Get it right, David.
I look at the camera. There was a red collar around its neck, bright and glossy like the glazed exterior of a candy apple, and a leash attached to the collar. And
I do
what do
like
you
that
know
description.
it, the leash extended upwards into the gloom and was wound about the fingers of a man whose height eclipsed the dog's to a comic degree. Ew, I'm so sorry. The dog could only have been Sparky, while its owner was the enigmatic Mr. Brown.
Stalker.
Stalker. Ethel hung back, feeling shy and stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Half hoping that Mr.
I think
Brown
that's just
hadn't seen
default
her.
state.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. She didn't want to get involved in any conversations. Part of her hoped that, by sliding into the shadows, he might walk past her. But to her disappointment... Well, no, this is a coincidence. I didn't expect to be seeing you twice. Not 2 days running. Ethel wasn't slender or insubstantial enough to slink into the shadows. Not as she fancied the girl
girl.
from the church could. All she could do was stand there, feeling foolish as Mr. Brown approached her. Ethel, if your art is accurate, you are still skinny as a fucking
I was about to say,
pencil.
yeah.
Calm down, honey.
Oh no,
Just because you have
that's okay.
fat tits doesn't mean anything.
I don't. Isn't it? Bailey, isn't it in the apothecary anime, the Apothecary Diaries?
Yeah.
When she's like, oh, she's not attractive, and Jared and I looked at each other like, what? Because she's got freckles? Ooh,
Yeah.
freckles are like literally the mark in anime of she was slightly unattractive.
Well,
That's because Asia.
Also, Apothecary Diaries mentioned, goated show.
yeah,
Yeah.
Apothecary
Awesome.
Diaries, go to show.
I did
Also,
finally
you
watch
guys-
some with Clay, actually.
You can also easily find a light novel translation free on the Internet Archive.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, I can't read, so I don't think that's
I'll read them to you,
Just-
Clay. It's fine.
You can, you can at least look at the pictures in the light novel.
Even if you,
Oh, that's true.
like Clay,
On a
cannot
random note-
read, you can still find it on the Internet Archives.
On a
I don't
random-
think they have all of them, but I think they have like 14
Hmm.
volumes of them.
Something like that.
That's not
Yeah.
bad. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, freckles are cute though. I love freckles.
Yeah.
I think so too.
He
Hey,
blinks.
Clay, have you
Go
seen
ahead.
K-pop Demon Hunters on a random note?
I have not seen K-pop Demon Hunters. I've seen memes of K-pop Demon Hunters, but I have not seen K-pop Demon Hunters.
Bummer. I drew the derpy tiger, and I'm really proud of it.
It does look really good. I'll have to show you that, Clay. He blinked, then said, "Ethel, are you alright?
You predicted it.
You seem a bit fungal.
You seem... I don't know. Did you not throw up that pie?" Like,
I know about
he
pie.
just
window.
knows. Like, he didn't even, like, look through the window. He just can tell because her face is still smeared in fucking cherry.
How does she know that's scary though? Her face is just smeared with sticky red.
Yeah. Did you... I shan't ask, just in case, but... Do you have a girl over? That's
sin.
gross. That's so gross.
A sin. Banished.
I was going with "Are you a werewolf?" But sure, David, go there.
That was gross. I'm sorry.
Look. Anyways, go on.
Ethel knew Mr. Brown was being nice. At least, that was what he was attempting. But his niceness rankled. Why did people keep asking her that? Did she really look that miserable? You fucking act like it.
I'm fine. I just thought I would go for a walk.
Another walk? Mr. Brown raised his eyebrows, which were full and bushy. Ah, I've been typecast into this guy. Didn't you get your fill of didn't you get your fill of exercise last night?
No, well, I just wanted to get fresh air.
Ah, yes. The air is very fresh around here, if nothing else. It makes a nice change from the city, or so I say. Like I've not lived here for almost 30 years.
You used to live in the city?
Ethel didn't mean to take an interest. She didn't want to carry this conversation out longer than it had to, but she couldn't help herself. She'd only ever seen Mr.
Her mom's
Brown.
Midwestern. It's the long.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, hereditary bullshit. She'd only ever seen Mr. Brown as her teacher, an authority figure who existed solely to tell her what to do, and more often than not, what not to do. Like, don't eat out a girl on her... She'd never thought about his past before.
David. No, David, spray bottle. You have been
Hold on,
sprayed.
I'll just go to the room and beat them. I'll be back.
Wait, no, wait!
No, I approve.
Oh my god, he muted. He's actually gonna come over here. I don't have pants on.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Let me put on my jeans.
You have
Oh god.
Well, I guess Roxanne just died.
Ah! Okay. Alright. Why would she? Why should she? Hadn't been all that long ago that Ethel had been a child. She hadn't realized that other people actually had lives of their own, that the world didn't revolve solely around her, and her aching desire to be accepted by the cool girls in her class, who went horse riding and had sleepovers and braided one another's hair. Oh, Mr. Brown answered casually, with a small smile. I lived in Glasgow. Oh god, that is Russian. Hold on. I need to figure this guy's voice out. Hold on.
Yeah?
Deep, because he's a big man. And I think I was doing slightly Irish, so. I lived in Glasgow. I was born there. Born and bred. You can hear it in my accent. Oh, Glasgow. He's Scottish. Oh, never mind. He's probably more Scot than. I lived in Glasgow. Yep. I was born there. Born and bred. You can hear it in my accent. Comes out from time to time. But that's not higher nor there. You do look very pale, Ethel. You aren't coming down with something, are you? Ethel thought back of the cherry pie she had eaten, which had been flecked with mold, and her stomach churned. She forgot it was still all over her face, and she didn't explicitly put in the text box that she wiped it off.
And she threw up all over Mr. Brown.
She thought about period blood and then threw up all over Mr. Brown. Hey.
No, she said that in canon.
She did say that earlier.
Yeah.
Why do you think I made the joke in the first place?
Yeah.
She didn't think that she could have. Oh, that she could have done. That could have done her.
Read the fucking line.
Done her health many favors, but surely that hadn't been enough to make her seriously sick. I'm a jester. I'm just a human, like, cartoon jester. I exist to try to make you laugh, apparently.
Well, it's not hard to do, I do have to say.
She should, or I'm really good at it. She should put it from her mind.
I'm fine. I just wanted to stretch my legs, like I said.
So you did. My wife was like that. Oh, wife backstory time. She was a very outdoorsy person. She was always going off on little jaunts, out into the countryside and on hikes. Mr. Brown's voice trailed away. I love that I defaulted to lighthouse keeper. And he shook his head. I hope you didn't get caught up in all that awful rain yesterday, at least.
I got a bit damp, but I was fine.
Were you able to get back home in time?
A bit damp?
A little wet.
Not quite. I had to take shelter in the church. It let up after that.
That's just as well. I'm glad you didn't get too drenched. Or worse, that you fell and broke something. I was worrying about that, actually.
You were worrying about me?
Yeah, I'm your stalker.
Of course I was. I thought it was.
I'd be bored if something happened to you.
You see,
Awful
Ross,
to go to work, motherfucker. You're on a walk right now.
I followed you into the woods. I saw everything, and I got to say, red flag, don't go back.
God, no.
Not the mushroom thing. No, that's kind of cool. Her personality is just a bit toxic.
Oh wait, shite. Am I in a toxic or AVN? Hold on.
You could say that her love is like poison.
Alright, stream's over. Roll credits.
I was about
We're
to say,
done.
I
We're
end the
outta
stream
here.
and close the game immediately, and then I never talk to Bailey again. like I just full disconnect right here, as if I like threw my PC out the window.
You disconnect. For the next couple of weeks, I don't show up on stream to make it show. Be like,
we make it a weird thing.
But we're beefing now, okay? So we can't.
Me and Bailey are having a falling out.
Yo, I was here for the start of streamer beef. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Friendship ended with Bailey. Clay is my new best friend now.
No.
Of course I was. I thought it was awful late to go on a walk. And it started coming down so hard, too. I was afraid you might have gotten yourself hurt, a wee lass like yourself.
Again, I point out that he was also on a walk.
He was not walking in the fucking woods, though. He was on the sidewalk.
He also probably had a jacket on.
For a walk, and he's still on a walk.
And he
He's
went home.
still on the walk. He never went home last night. He just kept walking.
Like a fucking
Mr. Brown. Whoa. Mr. Brown actually died last September. He's just been walking his dog as a spirit ever since, every night.
Are you saying that Mr. Brown is the girl who went missing 6 months ago?
Oh, God.
Oh. Ethel knew Mr. Brown meant well, but she had to stifle a snort in the face of this last remark. She was a lass, yes, but there was nothing particularly wee about. You're not fat. She was a lot older than she had been. She'd gotten taller, though Mr. Brown was still taller than she was.
Thank you, but I'm not hurt. You don't need to worry.
Yes, I can see that. I'm glad of it. It's clear you know how to look after yourself. Yes. Well, Ethel thought. Oh wait, I should do... Yes, well, Ethel thought. I am 21. I'm not a child.
Ethel's inner monologue sounds a lot different than her actual voice.
Look here, you little shit. I'll try to stop hectoring. I'm not your father, and I'm not your teacher anymore either. It's not my place to fuss. It's just...
Which means that I no longer have this weird authoritarian power dynamic with you.
Force of habit, I guess. What are you implying about me? Shell.
That he's her stalker.
Yeah.
Oh. Aye. You said you went to the church last night, though.
What? Oh, yes, I did. Is there a problem with that?
Woods haunted.
The church burnt down 50 years ago.
Yeah, woods haunted.
No, I'm just an atheist, and I think that's bullshit.
I think a religious visit to the church is stupid.
I don't care if it's raining or not.
Not really, no. It's just... If I enter a church, I'll burn. Mr. Brown shifted, adjusting his grip on Sparky's leash as he did. His dog yipped, yip, in response, and nuzzled his nose against Mr. Brown's trouser leg. Mr. Brown smiled at this. Go ahead.
You yipped, but the soundtrack already put dog barking.
Yip. His expression tender as he said, Yes, Sparky. We'll be on our way in a minute. It's just...
Sparky hates Midwest goodbyes.
I respect Sparky now. It's the best character, Sparky.
Sparky's like, I gotta go take a shit. Can we just go?
I don't want to shit in front of this girl's house. She weird.
she weird as fuck. I ain't marking this territory.
Exactly. Mr. Brown frowned. Then he sighed. Ugh. It might be nothing, but I've heard some strange things about the church at night is all. And the forest too, come to think of it.
Strange things?
Aye, that's right. I've never seen anything myself. I am just like the old grizzled lighthouse keeper warning you about shite, aren't I? I don't go into the woods after dark, but some of my friends from the running club, they said, well, it sounds like a lot of silly superstitions, really. I don't know if I'd put too much stock in it, but they said there's been some odd goings-on by the church in the early hours.
Such as...
Oh, you know, it's all the usual stuff. They said they heard noises, I suppose. Strange whispers and the like. I was skeptical myself. I thought it must have been down to some small animus. Rabbits or the like. But they were rather insistent that something's going on in the forest. I can't say I've ever heard anything out of the ordinary myself. But, like I said, I don't go there at night. Seems like a trip to the emergency room waiting to happen. What with how uneven the ground is, especially during the winter. It's not safe, but not because of any bugbears or ghouls and goblins and what have you. And there is that Delaney girl. Well, of course. How could Ethel forget about her? She'd never met the girl, yet she hung around Oxbury like a ghost. It was impossible to ignore her. It had been much the same when Chloe What's-Her-Name had gone missing more than a decade prior, but Ethel had been in primary school then. She hadn't really understood the significance of a teenage girl, only 14 or 15, sneaking out of her parents' home late at night and disappearing without a trace within the woods. Well, Ethel said without a trace. But more of Chloe had been found than the nameless Miss Delaney. They had found one of her shoes, almost 6 months after her disappearance, deep in the woods, half buried beneath the leaves. If you keep a good head on your shoulders, I'm sure you'll be fine. You're too old for me to tell you what to do, but do be careful.
I do want to say, while we have been having a good time laughing at this story here and there and having good goofs and gaffs, this is horrifying.
Oh,
from a
absolutely.
yeah.
This is absolutely like a horror story.
yeah, and
It's-
I do want to say
It's very Junji Ito in theming, honestly.
yeah, I do love the atmosphere they're going for with this, of like, obviously we know she's a mushroom girl and all that because of
Yeah,
Gestures
the
at the
implications.
Yeah.
and everything, but like
We know she's a
Without that-
lesbian.
well, yeah, but beyond that, like, without that context, this would just be a straight up horror story.
Yeah. God. And now I'm thinking, like, what if she gets there and the girl is, like, only wearing one shoe, and the reason she's not been giving her name is because she knows what her name is. It's the only name she knows besides Ethel now because she hasn't had an interaction with other people, and if she gives that,
Yeah.
that'll give the whole shebang away. Like,
Yeah. Well, I think the possession goes is that she does remember some things, because she did remark about how she visits here because of her grandparents, and that's what the Delaney girl here was visiting
Yeah,
grandparents. Like,
that's
she's,
what I'm saying, is, like, maybe she remembers her name, but she's not giving it for that reason.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
jig would
that's
be
obvious.
And then
Yeah.
the weird mushroom entity behind it all can't come up with a legitimate human name.
Yeah.
I'd hate to have to explain to your parents, when they get back, what you're doing in the hospital with a broken leg. Or worse.
Stalker.
Mr. Brown's words were light. I wouldn't be surprised if he's literally their next door neighbor, like the closest house. Mr. Brown's words were light, but Ethel rather got the feeling that there was more to his warnings than he was letting on. His tone seemed a bit too irreverent, in a manner which wasn't at all like his usual staid, serious style of speech. Did Mr. Brown become a lighthouse keeper? Set more store in ghouls and goblins than he wanted Ethel to think? A cold wind blew, disturbing Ethel's braids. The temperature was low enough that it made Ethel's fingers tense like claws. Buried, even. Oh, I accidentally Englished that. Buried though they were in her pockets. Buried.
Buried.
Buried. Her teeth, meanwhile, were chattering. But this wasn't necessarily from the cold. Maybe there was something ominous about the woods. Ethel thought she had felt it herself. The uneasy feeling of invisible eyes strained upon her. But that was all her imagination. There wasn't anything dangerous lurking in the woods. Not really. Or was there? Ethel
Guess we're
made
gonna find out.
Ethel made slow progress as she walked through the woods, her passage impeded by how muddy and uneven the terrain was. It had rained too much the night prior. The forest had suffered from it. The earth a cacophony of dull brown mud, loose leaves, and fallen foliage. The heavy rainfall had transformed the path through the forest into a veritable quagmire. Ethel didn't have any hiking boots. She didn't go outside often enough to justify it. And she had been forced to settle for her trainers. Her trainers were relatively sturdy, but the heels weren't particularly thick, and they sunk into the mud with every single step she took. Ethel tried to go as carefully as she could. She knew that she was clumsy, and she didn't want to take a spill when the ground was so muddy, but she still stumbled on several occasions. During one particularly anxiety-inducing moment, her right foot caught in a tree root, and she very nearly toppled into the dirt. Fortunately, the tree trunk which the aforementioned root had been attached to was in the immediate vicinity, and Ethel had been able to use it in order to steady herself. That really had been a close call.
Much like her dream.
Ethel delved even deeper into the woods, the trees sprouting up around her like pagan monuments. Typically, when Ethel went walking in the woods, she would hear the wind through the boughs of the trees and the nocturnal animals, moles and rabbits, snuffling about in the undergrowth. This is also like a one-to-one to the first night of entering the woods, too.
Yeah.
Oxbury's forest never really slept, no matter how late the hour. There was always something to see, and if it was too dark to see, there was always something to hear. Ethel couldn't hear much of anything, however, as she traversed the forest, beyond the squelching sounds of her own footsteps and her nervy inhalations.
I'm just waiting for Clementine to show up and her eyes to fall out.
A bit of sippy. Just drinking straight from a 2-liter Dr. Pepper like an animal. It was quiet. Perhaps too quiet? There was something eerie about it. But that was an interesting drone. But maybe this too.
That was
could be-
Spectre.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the soundtrack doing that. But maybe this, too, could be attributed to the rainfall. It had poured down rather a lot the night prior. So much so that leaves still looked damp from it. The late-night animals with their inquisitive snouts and their scrabbling claws must have been taking refuge, still, in case another storm was brewing. Mr. Brown had said the weather looked clear enough tonight, but how are the animals to know that? It would make sense if they were being skittish.
That or there's a carnivorous mushroom creature wandering the forest and they're scared.
Nah, no, shut up, no. The trees eventually began to thin out, and soon Ethel emerged into the moonlit clearing where St. Catherine sat. The church didn't exactly loom out of the darkness. It wasn't grand enough for that, but it had a somber, reassuringly solid presence regardless. Ethel didn't know quite how old the church was, but Rowan was something of a history buff, and he had told her about it once before. Rowan was a hands-on kind of a person, unlike Manny, and he spent a lot of his free time going on rambles around Oxbury and the fields which surrounded it.
He's an urban explorer.
I do fuck with that. If there were places
Yeah,
around here
me
to
too.
do it, I would absolutely be doing that.
Yeah, I would love that.
Rowan did etchings of the graves, and he liked to take photos of them. All little gray lozenges which were stained with lichen and crumbling, ever so gently around the edges.
I like Rowan more and more.
Rowan seems cool. I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah.
her older brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
I used to read in
Jude is
cemeteries.
his father, Manny is her younger brother, and I think Rowan is her older brother.
I don't. Is it her older brother, or is he just the older brother and she's the eldest?
I don't think that's been established yet. I don't know.
I don't think that's been established, but all I know is that she has two brothers, one older, one younger. But I don't know if they're
Yeah.
If they're older or younger than her, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it might be that he's the middle sibling because thinking about it, That'd be like 7 years between her and Manny.
Yeah.
Like, that's not unheard of,
Ow!
but it's unreasonable. Like, it's not typical.
Yeah, no.
Normally there's like at least one kid in there somewhere. The parish council may have dissuaded teenagers from hanging out in the churchyard, for fear that they would desecrate the graves and leave cigarette butts strewn in their wake. But Rowan wasn't like that. At 17 years of age, he was one of the kindest, most conscientious teenage boys Ethel knew.
Okay, there you go. Middle child.
Yeah, male child.
I don't know. Because this could imply back, like, when Ethel was younger as well.
Maybe.
Nah, this sentence, actually. Which wasn't saying much, given Rowan was one of the only teenage boys she knew. Okay, yeah, he's the male child, I think.
Yeah, male child.
Because that's current tense.
Yeah.
If Rowan had been there, he could have told her when the church had been constructed down to the exact year. He could have told her about the history of the stained glass window,
Oh.
which Ethel had always thought a curious addition for such a small, humble church. What's up, Bales?
Are the boys twins?
I don't think so.
Okay.
She also just has not talked much about Rowan. And Rowan was the
Yeah.
one with the old laptop.
He's the one with the that makes sense. He's the one with the old laptop, and also he's the one who's like more understanding.
Yeah, she should talk about him more because he sounds fucking sweet.
He does sound awesome.
He sounds fun. I'd hang out with him.
Yeah.
In the graveyard.
I mean, to be fair, an old, like, decrepit graveyard that's just covered in moss and lichen and shit sounds like a vibe.
I can tell you right now that ever since moving out here, like, we don't have graveyards like that out west. We just don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's a bunch of new development.
Yeah, because everything is so much older here.
Yeah, there's like a 50-year difference between cities here in the east, or over there in the east, and cities out here in the west.
There's like 100-year difference in a lot of cases.
Oh yeah, no. Seattle is relatively new in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. My great grandmother was on the Oregon Trail,
Damn.
so that's not terribly long ago.
Yeah, God, Jesus Christ. He probably knew when the windows had been installed, and who it depicted, and he probably could have told her the name of the glazier who had made the damn thing, or glazer. Glazer? I think it's glazer. Who'd made the damn thing?
Glazier.
Glazier, like papier. But Rowan wasn't there. He was in Australia, with Lauren and Jude and Manny. And though he'd shared these nuggets of information with Ethel once, she'd already forgotten all of it. Ethel felt a brief flicker of guilt over her awful memory. What a callous big sister she was. Okay, yeah, there we go. But all thoughts of Rowan soon dissipated as she took a step towards the church. Its wooden door was ajar. It was only ajar by a small crack, a hair's breadth, in fact. But it was enough to instill in Ethel hope anew. Maybe the girl really was there.
I'm telling you, you missed the power play of bringing your violin earlier
Was she
and being caught playing.
waiting for her? So right before we continue, I'm going to take a quick bio. I have to...
Okay. Because you've been drinking the Dr. Pepper. Exploding you with my brain.
Mm.
Yeah, I just grabbed some water while you were dialogue.
I grabbed some booze.
Yeah. I just don't
It's not quite water, but it's hydrating.
hydrate. See, my problem is that when we do these streams, I have to do work the next day.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
And it's like early enough where I'm like, eh. And then when we're doing D&D, I know my quality as a DM goes down when I'm drinking.
It depends. I think most people have a sweet spot. You know, when they like are just a little bit more laid back, like bowling, for example. I have like a 2 beer fantastic limit for bowling. After 2 beers, I become a better bowler. If I get more than that, though, I became a terrible bowler.
I have not found that sweet spot for DMing. Well, no, I will say like one cider or whatever. I'm sufficiently buzzed. My issue is that I only have hard liquor and now.
And what?
Nigori.
Ah.
Hard liquor's an issue?
No, it is a issue if you are somewhat of a light. I say somewhat of a lightweight. It really depends on how much I've eaten.
Food is important.
Food is important. Yeah.
What the hell? Oh, damn it. No.
The animals.
No, not the animals. It's me being stupid and yanking on wrong chords.
Oh.
Ah.
There we go.
Oh, real quick, check my audio. Okay, on the stream it's the right one. I don't think in Discord it is, though.
Oh, that would explain why you've been sounding a little crinkly.
Yeah, it's using my webcam for Discord mic. Make sure that.
Oh, that sounds way better.
Oh yeah, no, I have a really good microphone. Hey, at least stream's been hearing it good, so we're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they're both using
Have
the right one
they?
now. Ethel pushed the door open just a notch, then slipped inside the church. The sound of the old door opening seemed uncomfortably loud in the near total silence, and it rent the air quite clumsily. Ethel winced as she heard its low, obnoxious creaking, which sounded like the malcontented rumblings of a mighty whale stomach. She hadn't wanted to spoil the magic of the girl's singing, but it was too late. The silence had been broken. Ethel knew that the girl would soon turn her head, and she did. The girl turned, her dark hair fluttering, half melted into the darkness, as though her head was made of shadows. She took a step forward, her skirt swishing, and said,
Ethel, I was wondering if I would see you again. I was getting so bored and lonely waiting for you.
You were?
Of course I will. I asked if you would see me again, didn't I?
Oh, yes. So you did.
It was true enough that the girl had asked this during their last meeting, but Ethel hadn't really believed it. She hadn't thought that the girl cared. Why would she? She kissed you, dumbass. She was beautiful, while Ethel was.
With you here, this old church feels a lot more homey.
Which one's the bad one? Is it homey or homely? I can never remember.
Homely with an L.
Homely is bad.
With the L is bad.
What? Why?
I don't remember.
Now then.
The girl took a seat on one of the pews, then patted the empty space beside her. A shame you aren't wet today. I mean, what?
I can fix that.
Well,
Like suddenly
you
she just
sit down,
sounds
then?
like Clay.
I was going more for the holes reference. I'd be concerned if mushroom women sounded like me. I may voice one, but I am not one. Last I checked.
I'll poke you with a stick later, bud.
Won't you sit down? There's an awful lot I'd like to ask you. I only managed to scrape the surface last time.
Oh, God.
You're still such an enigma to me. I should call you Miss Mystery.
Yeah, you
I
should
just
call
realized-
Ethel Miss Mystery.
I just You know what I'm realizing right is that potentially she's chatting up Ethel so that the mushrooms can take her place.
That might be what it is, since I think the implication is they're gonna take over her body.
Yeah, like, oh, she doesn't have family here. Great, I can infest her, and then since I'm talking to her before immediately killing her, I could, you know, accurately replace her.
Legends tell of the lesbians in the church. They say they're made of mushrooms.
I think I could say the same about you. I still don't know your name.
All in good time. First, I want to ask about you. What's your story?
I'm leaving. Goodbye forever. Like,
I
If I ask someone
actually,
their name and they say all in good time, I
I would punch them. I'd punch them in the face if it was
That's
the
a good
second
time
time
to
I met them.
leave.
No, I could keep the bit going for a while. I'd probably just say really random enigmatic shit about myself until they give me their name.
There you go. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Gotta go with the bit, otherwise they win.
Ethel frowned.
I don't think I really have one.
Don't be silly. Everybody has a story. You hardly grew out of the ground, did you? Like a turnip?
Turnips are good.
Or a mushroom?
I was gonna say, growing out of the ground.
Wait, did you say mushroom?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Here, have a pizza.
Okay.
no.
Then you must have a story to share. Parents, grandparents, maybe some siblings? Hey,
Mhm.
didn't you say you had a couple of brothers?
I do. Manny and Rowan. They're both younger than me.
And what are they like?
Manny is. He's. Well.
Ethel
He's a
paused.
golden child asshole and I hate him.
He's a trophy.
And he took my room.
He took me room.
I'm really pissed about that
He
part.
took my room. I can't stop thinking about it every time I enter that house. Ethel paused. How could she put this tactfully? It was hard to talk about her feelings about Manny while trying to maintain a veneer of politeness.
Damn, girl.
Manny himself wasn't a very polite person. Manny was practically glued to his PC. He had been banned from numerous lobbies for using words he really shouldn't have. Oh, sorry, it's not Ethel doing it, it's her younger brother.
Yeah. He's the one with the slurs.
Yeah.
It makes sense why he has an Xbox in the living room then. And he swore and swaggered around the house as though he owned the place. He padded about the kitchen barefoot, sometimes shirtless. He talked with his mouth full at the breakfast table, and the only person he ever listened to was Jude. Hey, Claire, you sure this isn't you?
I was gonna say, we're talking a lot of shit here. Sounds like a nice guy.
Says slurs in Xbox lobbies, walks around shirtless and barefoot. I don't think I've ever seen you talk with your mouth full, but...
That I don't do.
Yeah. You may be an asshole, but you're a polite asshole.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's how I've gotten this far in life.
Manny thought everybody else was uncool. Ethel in particular, because she was shy and awkward, and she'd had awful acne in her last year of secondary school. And because she played the violin. Manny sounds like a fucking dickwad.
He does.
He's a typical teenager.
That's also accurate.
Does that mean he's a pain in the neck?
He can be.
And what about your other brother?
Rowan's lovely. He's not like Manny at all. Very quiet, actually, and mostly keeps himself up Mom's been a bit worried about him as it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, she thinks he's
Aw.
bullied at school, maybe, but if he is, he'd never tell. He doesn't like to talk.
Maybe he's afraid Manny will make fun of him.
I thought he was more worried that Mom would make a fuss. But maybe.
Teenage boys can be like that. They have a lot of pride. Especially the quiet ones. Some of the boys I had to deal with at school were such wankers.
The
What
girl.
they did in their free time is none of your business.
Why? I thought you were lesbian. Stop imagining that. The girl scoffed dismissively, then said,
What about your parents? Didn't you say yesterday you weren't all that close?
It's complicated. My mom means well. I know she wants me to be happy,
But
I don't think she understands what would really make me happy.
lesbian
And
sex.
I don't think she understands me either.
doesn't she try?
She
She
cannot provide
does.
me lesbian sex, so no.
She paid for my violin lesson, though she doesn't see the point in classical music. She says it's boring. And she was supportive when I said I went to study English Lit. She didn't even try to make me change my mind. Not like some people's parents would have.
Like mine.
She didn't tell me that I should study something useful instead, like mathematics or medicine or, I don't know, physics. But she didn't really seem to get it either.
I take it your mother doesn't read a lot then.
She doesn't read at all unless you count one magazine.
What?
It's a tagline. She's
Oh.
I thought I was
Quoting.
just constipated, but then I gave birth in the toilet bowl. Those sorts of magazines.
Ethel nodded.
My mother and I aren't very alike.
Not gonna lie, Ethel's mother sounds kind of chill. Like, doesn't get her daughter's hobbies, but still supportive.
Yeah, she's
Ethel's mother seems nice.
yeah.
A bit distant, but nice, yeah. I gathered. She doesn't sound the sensitive sort. Not like you.
Yeah, I know. Ethel's dad seems like the kind of person I would like at first and then grow to hate.
Mm-hmm.
And Ethel's mom kind of the other way around, be like, wow, you're such a bitch. Then you're like, oh,
Oh, you're
You're
a lovely
trying.
bitch. Okay.
misunderstood.
Well-
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're like, oh, you're a TikToker, Mom? Do you think I'm sensitive?
It's the impression I'm getting, yeah. I mean, you stuck around to listen to me singing. Sounds like your mother would have told me to shut up, that I was giving her a headache.
I don't think she would have said that. My mother isn't.
Manny, maybe.
Though Lauren could be blunt. Lauren had made many careless remarks about Ethel's appearance before. Quips to the tune of, God. Oh, sorry. God, you aren't going out dressed like that, are ya? Ethel knew that Lauren didn't mean any ill by him. She was probably trying to show an interest in her only daughter. But sometimes, the way her mother looked at her hurt. Lauren was nice to Ethel because Ethel was her daughter. But Ethel knew that if her mother had been one of her peers, a Shania or an Imogen or a Morgan back in school, she would have teased her relentlessly. Lauren, with her peroxide blonde... Yeah, that's right, buddy. Lauren, with her peroxide blonde hair and her French manicured nails, had probably made any number of frumpy, unfashionable girls cry when she'd been a student. Lauren might never have made a conscious effort to upset her only daughter. That's right. That's right, bud. But she
I don't like her.
Yeah. But she'd definitely made Ethel cry on more than one occasion.
Cruel or not, it doesn't sound like she takes much of an interest in you.
We just like different things. Happens. We might be related, but that doesn't mean we'll have similar interests.
And what is she into then?
Love Island and TikTok mostly.
God, it's so weird that in the year of our Lord 2025, a VN's gonna have the terms Love Island and TikTok in it.
Imagine coming back to this years from now.
God, TikTok has finally fallen out of vogue.
Love Island?
It's a reality TV show. It's awful. The contestants are all horrid, but I think that's why my mother likes it so much. I tried watching it with her, but it felt like clopping at animals at the zoo.
What it feels like to watch Big Brother with my family.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that the point of reality shows? It's like they're all bad people, but it's kind of funny to watch bad people do dumb stuff.
Well, the sucky
Yeah.
part about Big Brother is like every now and then they'll have like a couple of people who are like actually really nice and kind people, but they get voted out immediately because they're too weak for the fucking show.
Yeah.
Or gladiators in an Olympic Coliseum, out for one another's blood. You know, like Big Brother.
Right. So your mom is hopeless. And your dad?
He's your typical dad, I guess.
He does want to burn down the Parliament building and has threatened them by mail order several times, but he is your typical dad.
I think every
Is
dad
that
goes
not
through
what
that
dads
phase,
do?
right?
Like, I don't
Oh.
have one, but like, isn't that what they do?
That's not normal.
Hey guys, I have terrible news.
Meaning.
The Parliament or the me not having a dad? What?
Neither of those. Hold on.
Oh no, stream probably.
Okay, actually, her dad sounds dope. I like him.
Yeah, this sounds cool. But like from what I understand,
English football, so it's soccer, Formula One, Iron Maiden, woodworking. Hell yeah!
Can I speak it? He likes football and Formula One. His favorite band is Iron Maiden. He does working and DIY, and he can play the guitar too.
DIY, what's that?
You know what? I'm gonna kill you.
Do your itself.
Do your itself.
Oh, so he's a creative then. Bring your dad here.
You fool! The mushrooms are bisexual.
Oh no, wait. What's that fucking copy
Unfortunately, the mushrooms are
pasta?
bisexual and find your dad more interesting.
What's that fucking copy pasta? Hold on. Mushroom.
Sorry, here. Hang on a second. I will be right back.
That you cannot kill
Okay.
me in a way that matters one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me holding a gun to a mushroom. Tell me the name of God, you fungal piece of shit.
Hold on, I want to voice this. Give me a
Oh
second.
yeah, do you want to be the mushroom?
I could be the mushroom. Let me get the copy pasta pulled up real quick.
Hey.
7 years ago.
7 years ago, the world changed with that copy pasta. I just now finished doing a blanket.
Oh hell yeah!
Hell yeah. You ready?
Not yet.
Oh, I see.
Give
Sorry,
me 1 second. My computer's being slow for some reason. You all still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
can hear you.
Okay.
You good?
Sorry, my computer started acting weird.
Man, we really need to get you a new PC.
Listen, it's fine.
I know.
We'll live. Are you ready?
Yes. Me holding a gun up to Clay. Tell me the name of God, you fungal piece of shit.
Can you feel it? Your heart burning. Can you feel the struggle within? The fear within me is beyond anything your soul can make. You cannot kill me in a way that matters.
I'm not fucking scared of you! Also, I like the voice changer. That was fun.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
always seems fun.
Alright.
I hope I was understandable. Sometimes with that one, it's like hard to
I
It
can
was
understand.
clear.
It was
Very good, very good.
perfect, IMO.
In a way, he was in a couple of local bands when he was younger, but it never went anywhere. I don't think he resents it, though. He was just having fun.
Ooh, is he looking for a groupie?
Yeah.
Stop trying to fuck my dad.
You're telling me your dad's
Stop.
good with his hands.
This is a lesbian, VN. Take this bullshit elsewhere.
No, I'm just asking. I have a brother who might be really interested.
I know you
Toxic
don't.
Yowie? Am I toxic? You're yelling.
You're Yowie. If we want to do, I mean, the writer does also have Yowie.
That might be fun.
Dad
Me and Clay
asked
as
me.
the main characters.
Dad asked me once why I bothered practicing the violin so much when it was obvious I would never get anywhere with it.
Oh, your dad's a dick. He didn't.
His dad's dreams were crushed. Her dad's dreams were crushed.
Yeah, and so he's crushing hers. And
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The cycle continues. Woo!
Yay!
Woo. He did.
I'll kill him.
He said he'd not been able to get
He'd
anywhere
not.
with his band. There's no way I'd be able to make it. I mean, he was playing punk and I was doing classical.
Yeah, but there's still money to be made in classical music.
Oh yeah, you could, try out for symphonies and whatnot.
Yeah. And he shouldn't have said that, whether he was right or not. It's uncalled for. Some people like to perform for their own sakes. You don't need to be popular or make your pursuits worthwhile.
And think about it. You
Tell her, girl. That's actually really good advice.
It is really good advice. And think about it. You'll be that one person in the friend group who's really quiet, or at work who's really quiet, and then people actually hang out with you and they're like, "Oh shit, is that a violin?" They ask you to play it and you just fucking rock out on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That's what I said, and Dad said it was a good thing I got something out of the hideous screeching my violin made, because he sure as hell didn't.
So this
Well,
is
you're not
why
really
I
interested
said
in
I'd
it.
probably hate him.
yeah.
Not a musician. Wow. He sounds like an asshole.
He's just insensitive. He isn't that bad, really.
He was rude about your hobbies. No, your passions. I think that's plenty bad, especially coming from your father. I thought parents were supposed to support their children.
There's lots of different parents in this world, and a lot of different children. I don't think I'm quite what either my or father.
You're cutting out a little, Bailey.
Yeah, I cleared my throat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? Well, parents can't choose their kids, but kids can't choose their parents either. I doubt you would have been stuck with them if you could decide, would you?
Well,
Ethel thought of her real parents. The neatly groomed Lorne and the wannabe rocker Jude. Oh. Then she thought of the parents she had imagined for herself while growing up. A sweet, sensitive couple who appreciated the arts and who encouraged Ethel in her musical pursuits. She thought of the upbringing she could have had. A Parisian apartment which overlooked Avenue Montaigne, and sighed wistfully.
I guess not.
I thought as much. Your folks sound rotten.
they're not so bad.
Speaking of rotten, how are you feeling about...
How do you feel about rotten things?
How you feel about getting fingered
Or
tonight?
rotten. in
Is that
general?
cherry pie I smell?
Oh,
Wait, is that rotten cherry pie I smell?
Oh God.
kiss me.
I want to taste it.
Have you been kissing other molds?
Jezebel!
That whore.
But it is nice being able to talk about my interests with somebody who seems to care.
Yes, I care. Why wouldn't I?
The girl pouted, adopting the tempestuous tone of a Celtic warrior queen of centuries past.
You're interesting.
I'm not so sure about that.
You might not be, but I am. I wouldn't bother talking to you otherwise. I don't suffer fools gladly, you know. I don't like spending time with people who tire me, and you most definitely don't do that. I enjoy listening to your stories. I enjoy listening to you.
Now kiss me.
Goodness, I think I'd simply enjoy sitting with you even without talking. Your company is very soothing.
Oh, I doubt that. You would get bored of me eventually.
I'm getting bored of your self-deprecation, baby girl. When I'm with you,
The girl grinned. A cheeky grin, which was less Celtic warrior queen, and more Cockney Victorian chimney sweep.
never. I'm certain of that, and I'm sticking to it. Why do you look so unsure, though? Haven't people ever told you that you're interesting before?
The last night. Wait, I still haven't found out your name. As we're like rotting away, and she just looks down.
So, no, I need to know more about you.
Ethel. As Ethel gets like consumed.
Yeah.
Not really.
Well, people are stupid. You shouldn't pay attention to what they think. Or don't think in this case, because it doesn't sound like they have any sensible thoughts rattling around in their thick skulls. They're too empty-headed to realize something truly special when they see it.
Ethel didn't reply. She was starting to feel too overwhelmed. The girl's words were so forceful, Ethel felt oddly breathless in their wake, stunned into silence. Ethel had never before been given any cause to think she was anything special. In fact, it was quite the opposite. But
You're too nice. That's your problem. You've had a hard time standing up to people. When they ignore you or overlook you or underestimate you, you roll over and accept it.
and that makes you very easy to manipulate.
You don't want to cause a fuss, so you agree with all the negative things people say about you, even things that are blatantly false. You're so afraid of causing any offense. You don't know how to properly live your own life. But I think that makes you special too, in a sense. It means that you're very kind. You're a lot kinder than I am, at least. I'd never let anybody insult me like that.
The girl leaned in as she spoke, cupping both of Ethel's cheeks with her hands. The girl's skin might have been cold, almost inhumanly so, but the words which poured from her lips were so warm, they made Ethel's body tingle. It was a dark, cold night, but she was beginning to blush. Ethel couldn't help but be self-conscious about this. If Shania were there, she would have pounced on even the smallest sign of weakness. But the girl didn't use it against Ethel. She wasn't trying to hurt her. Her voice was even sweeter than honey as she said,
But maybe that's why we get along so well. You can make up for what I lack. And maybe I can make up for what you lack too.
What I lack?
The girl nodded.
If you can't tell people what you want, then I'll have to do it for you.
And what makes you think that you know what I want?
Oh, I think I have a pretty good idea.
Uh-oh.
You might be bad at being honest with your true feelings. Verbally, at least. But they show up regardless.
I'm gonna
Over your pretty face.
do something real quick, just in case.
Yeah?
Because I don't know how lewd this is. So I'm gonna... I don't think it is, right? But...
It is. I remember there being a thing about descriptions, but no on screen. Like, there's no art of it.
There's no art of it. Okay.
Remember last time she was comparing violin to Jork in it?
Yeah.
She was doing that. So I
And
shouldn't
there-
get
yeah,
like a
it's-
blank image ready. I should be fine.
You know, you're good. There's no NSW images. There is like nudity, but that's just like the bath that we were in earlier.
Yeah,
Like,
that's not a problem at all.
no.
All right, making sure.
Gotcha. David, get the Yuri image pulled up for when we need it.
Oh yeah. We are gonna now need nudity, like full on.
We're gonna need to.
Yeah, we need to substitute with our own, content.
Okay.
Pretty?
Yeah. Sorry, I started being like shifty there. I was like, is she about to fucking pull her clothes off? Like, what the fuck is happening right now? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. I think you're very pretty. And you're really easy to read, too. It's so obvious what's going on inside that dome of yours.
The girl leaned in even closer, the tip of her nose brushing against Ethel's. She inhaled. You smell like cherry pie. Then she said,
Rotten cherry pie.
her voice newly playful.
I think that's very cute. If you're gonna act like this, then you don't leave me with much choice. I'll simply have to kiss you.
The girl shifted closer to Ethel as she spoke. God fucking damn it. Her fingers still splayed against Ethel's cheeks, effectively affixing her head in place. The girl might have been skinny, but her grip was surprisingly strong. Ethel could feel her fingertips digging into her skull with such intensity it hurt. Ethel trembled, her eyes a little too large, as the girl brought their lips closer. She exhaled, and when she did, Ethel felt the girl's breath ghost against her cheeks. Maybe it was just Ethel's imagination, but for a few moments, Ethel thought she could smell something subtly off about the girl's breath. It smelled like moldy cherry pie. There was something almost old about the air which brushed against Ethel's cheeks. If age indeed had a smell. If age indeed have a smell, then state it. It put Ethel in mind of an old person's home. The same one her great uncle had been sequestered away in when his health had begun to deteriorate and he could no longer shuffle around his bungalow without stumbling over his own slippered feet. That's a run-on sentence and a half.
Yeah.
Ethel had only visited her great uncle a handful of times in the old person's home, despite her mother's frequent invitations that she tag along. She hadn't liked it. All of those old men and women had upset Ethel. Their faces wrinkled and their wizened fingers gripping the armrests of their chairs. Their skin shrunk down to the bone. Everything in the old person's home had been brown. The floors, the walls, and the chairs. And though it had been scrubbed clean from top to bottom with Lysol, there had been a pervasive stench which cut beneath the clinical cleanliness. The air had smelt unpleasantly rank, just like mildew. It had reeked out of rapidly impending death, impossible to staunch. Apparently, the reason old folk homes smell like that is because of the cleaning stuff they use.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it is.
Yep.
And the girl's breath was just like that. There was a perplexing wrongness to it which made Ethel's skin prickle. All of a sudden, Ethel wanted to pull away. But then the girl's mouth was upon her, her lips wet and warm and yielding, and this didn't smell wrong. The girl's tongue was inoffensive as it slid between Ethel's parted lips. As was... I love that I'm messing up so much here.
Come on, David. We ain't even gotten to the real smut yet. You're already messing up.
Like,
I need you to lock the fuck in.
Yeah, we just got to kissing with tongue this time.
I don't know why I'm messing up so much here.
Are we affecting
Flustered rocks, you good?
Victorian?
I'm good.
Flustered there?
I'm a little flustered now that I've messed up so often. Alright. The girl's tongue was inoffensive as it slid between Ethel's parted lips, as was the saliva which coated it. Ethel couldn't find any reason to squirm away from her. If anything, she would far rather squirm against her. So she did. Ethel felt the girl's tongue exploring her mouth, slowly at first, but she moved more vigorously as the seconds elapsed, and Ethel made no attempt to push her away. Ethel felt as if her skin was prickling with static electricity. Ethel had kissed the girl before. This was nothing new. But she had never kissed her quite like this before. It was intense enough to leave her head reeling, intense enough to render her breathless. Ari Bailey.
Yeah? Okay. You talked over me, so
Fuck!
sorry.
Speaking of her breath, Ethel soon realized she had been holding it. I was protecting you. Her lungs were burning. Was kissing supposed to hurt quite this much?
Oh, that's just the spores.
That's just sports.
Nah, that's just the lung cancer. Ethel had never been kissed quite this intensely before. Not by Clementine. Their makeout sessions were now beginning to seem almost demure. Even when they had escalated to roving hands beneath shirts, rubbing hands between thighs. The girl had yet to take her hands from Ethel's face, but her kisses were unlike anything Ethel had ever known before. They were intense and driving, so much so it was scary. But it was exciting, too. Ethel's blood was beginning to fizz inside her veins like cream soda. Creme soda. Her head, meanwhile, felt light. But her lungs were still burning.
Burning lungs, gas in the veins, lightheadedness.
Just the
Look.
spores.
Yeah, can you,
Ew.
Clay, can you diagnose
Yeah.
this? Is there something wrong we should know
Oddly
about?
enough, it sounds more like decompression sickness than fungal
Yeah, I was about to
infection.
say. Carbonated blood is normally, you come up a little too quickly from the deep, right?
Yeah.
It's also nitrogenated instead of carbonated.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean.
The bands.
My blood is soda. This was no good. She had to get some air in her. Otherwise, Ethel was afraid she would asphyxiate, drowning in her own pleasure like a rat in a vat of soup. I'm sorry.
What a comparison.
Sorry.
What a fucking comparison.
Kissing you was like drowning in my own
What?
pleasure.
What a
Like a rat in
fucking
that
simile. Oh my god.
It's like intense, romantic, then the rat in the vat of soup just like yanks you out of it. You're like, hold on.
I love that it's a vat too. Like it's such a guttural fucking word.
Oh, to be a rat in a vat of soup.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
to
it's not
be
even a
a
bowl
rat.
of soup or yeah.
Like a pot would over to keep that sort of flow going. No, vat. A vat of soup.
You know what else is in a vat? Toxic
might-
waste.
Yeah, that might be on purpose though, because of that. Like, it's such like a
Yeah.
weird fucking like what?
Yeah.
I need to hear you're
Bailey,
passionate, you're panicked.
I'm gonna ask, do you want to do this?
Okay, here's my one. No, you know what? Only because I feel like you gotta write your moaning better than this.
Like, come on.
Come on, you gotta write it.
That was a good one though, Clay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why, like, before I was, like, half-heartedly doing it, because what do you mean you're writing your moaning like that? Like...
Like, okay, well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I will also give you the chance to just opt out later, because...
I don't mind. But
Ethel.
I also will say that if it makes you feel weird, I will not do it.
I don't care. I think if
Yeah.
I had to moan into a microphone just out of the blue, it would also make me suddenly like, I don't know. Then Clay would bully me, and then I end up doing it anyway.
I was gonna say I volunteer as tribute. I ain't no coward.
Yeah. Clay is now our resident moaner. He doesn't have a character, so.
I just feel like if I'm gonna moan into the microphone, I should be getting paid, you know?
I am Australian dad and moans.
Oh, guys, don't worry. I'll pay Clay later. Ethel drew back from the kiss.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
No teeth this time, damn it.
Don't worry, buddy. I'll gum it this time.
Jesus.
Let's be gay with the homies. Ethel drew back from the kiss. Her face daubed bright red with an intense, almost angry blush, which looked like a sunburn.
That's cherry pie, baby.
Yeah, that's just the cherry pie smeared on your face. Her chest was rising and falling from the effort of trying to inhale an affair. Hair which felt strangely light and sparse, as it might at the heady peak of a towering mountain. Ethel's lips were damp from the girl's kisses, and her heart was hammering from the intensity of them.
Which?
Yeah, which?
It was a cool night, but her palms felt uncomfortably sweaty.
Knees weak.
Arms heavy.
Arms heavy.
Palms sweaty.
Cherry pie.
This pile of face.
Mama's
Cherry pie heavy. In my belly. Surreptitiously.
She's nervous. But on the surface, she also looks nervous.
Austin joins back in. What the hell are y'all doing?
Yeah, we're moaning into mics. It's...
Hey, Austin, we're just moaning in mics. Ha. Oh, well, there you go. I love that I called this my torture chamber, but really we're here to torture Bailey.
I don't know if it's torture if I'm laughing.
Yeah, you are giggling like a fool.
It's more of you guys are my court gestures.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Surreptitiously, Ethel tried to wipe her palms on her skirt. All the while, she felt like a fool, much like David and Clay right now. Why was she so worked up about a kiss, of all things? Well, she did just try to eat your face.
And I think you're worried about the asphyxiation, not the kiss.
Yeah. It was hardly her first, but she'd never felt anything like this before.
You know, I bet she's allergic to mushrooms. It's anaphylaxis.
It's just...
Oh, wait a second. It adds up.
It felt just like a dream.
Did you like that then?
So, was it as good for you as it was for me? Ha.
Morels. Criminy.
She just repeats Ethel's groaning sound.
Yeah. Like as written in the dialogue box too.
Yeah.
Do you get that little taste of truffle on my tongue? The girl addressed Ethel directly, her eyes boring into Ethel's, as if Ethel were her prey. The girl, the predator. I'm not even gonna make a joke. It just writes itself, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't too much for you, was it?
Ethel in this girl's face. Like gasping for air.
Inhaler!
Ethel didn't know. Everything seemed like too much in that moment. Even existing seemed difficult to her. Especially when her breathing was so very labeled.
You can breathe during a kiss, babe.
Yeah, you breathe through your nose, you dumb bitch. She felt
Listen,
that she had...
My girl was locked in. Who needs air?
Yeah.
Like you take breaks while you're fucking sucking face to breathe through your nose. You don't just like keep fucking, sucking face.
You don't need oxygen, damn it.
Clay, I
So
think
you suck
you're-
face and then you both part, so you can take big gasping breaths and
Clay-
you go at it again. What's more romantic than that?
Who needs oxygen when you got spores?
Exactly.
You know what? We're all wrong. Bailey is correct. She felt as
The
she
spores will be
had back
for
in
you.
secondary school, flagging behind her classmates in the middle of cross country. Her heart wouldn't stop hammering. The girl's just like this ugly, fucking like heaving.
Yeah.
The girl's affection had been far too cloying as she poured it into Ethel's mouth. Her kiss is sweet like molasses, like candy floss, like cherry pie. Dun dun dun. It was all too much. It was overwhelming. But by the same token, it wasn't enough. Ethel wanted more of the girl. More of her fingers in her hair, and her mouth against her own. And maybe the girl could see this, though Ethel was too ashamed to say it, because she giggled.
Good girl. I'm glad you've warmed up to me so much.
Unlike me, who's always cold as a corpse.
I do wish you'd stay a little more, though. Put me at my ease.
Just next line, take me. Just immediately.
But that's alright.
The girl spoke softly, caressing Ethel's damp lower lip with her index finger as she did.
We don't need to talk. Not when we're together. I'm not interested in hearing more about your awful parents and your obnoxious brothers. There's plenty I can learn about you just from kissing you. The whimpers that you make are rather informative. So is the way you shudder against me. It's utterly adorable.
Shell, did you ever write anything like this? I've gotta know.
Oh, 100% I have, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
going to say,
okay.
me,
So you're like-
me and Shell, oh god, David, you don't know about me and Shell writing stuff during Geyers.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Good for y'all. You know what? I'm glad y'all had fun.
Yeah.
We wrote our own fan fiction for our own headcanon.
Our own fan fiction.
Good for y'all. You know what? I'm gonna say it. Girls will
Yeah.
be girls.
Girls will be girls. Girls just want to have fun.
And good for them. Good for them about that.
I have no idea why your girlfriend dumped you. She must have had awful taste.
Unlike me, who tastes like... What's a mushroom I haven't said yet? What's that Japanese one?
Shiitake.
Oyster mushroom?
Shiitake. Yes.
Oh, there you
Huh?
That was in response to the shiitake thing. What? Groggily, Ethel blinked, as though awakening from a dream. Did she really just mention that she tasted like shiitake? Her eyelids felt awfully heavy, as though they had been weighed down with lead. Girl, she just slipped something into your mouth. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
This
So we know
happens-
she's not a hallucinogenic mushroom because she'd feel very awake.
Yeah. See all kinds of new colors.
Hey, I've heard it be a tactic that you put the roofies on your tongue. It's not a viable tactic because you get roofied yourself. But
You gotta have a high tolerance.
yeah,
She hesitates too long before the kiss and it just dissolves on your own tongue.
yeah.
It's like when people would think I'll build up an immunity by slowly dosing myself with poison.
Me rubbing
Isn't that what
roofies
people
on
do with
my
alcohol?
gums to build an immunity. As though they had been weighed down with lead, but she was still able to pick out the girl's features in the dark, her face looming centimeters away from her own. I love that during this, my voice has gotten softer.
Yeah.
What was that about her girlfriend, or ex-girlfriend, rather? Had Ethel told the girl about Clementine? Yes, yesterday. Dumbass. She couldn't remember doing that. But she couldn't remember much of anything other than hands and teeth and lips and tongues and grasping fingers and soft breathy sighs.
I will say, she did mention Clementine, but she only called her a friend.
She did only call her a friend. Her thoughts were all a jumble. Actually, what happened was those moaning sounds were her calling out Clementine's name.
Oh, no. Listen, the girl hasn't given her a name. It's only fair, right?
Yeah, we might as well give her one.
I didn't want to
Babe.
say anything, but
Babe from the woods, I have a gift for you. It's my ex-girlfriend's name. Oh. You don't want to say anything, but Shell?
yeah. It's all right. I know she hurt you, but you don't need to think about her now. You don't need to think about anything. All you need to do is focus on me.
Clementine.
I'm not cruel. Not like her. I won't abandon you. I like you.
The girl leaned in. Her lips parted. Red lips, like cherry pie, which were a little slick from Ethel's saliva. I'm not rereading that. She was so close. Ethel could feel herself inhaling the air that the girl exhaled, taking in her breath and stripping it of oxygen. Reverse plant. Ethel was reminded as the girl caressed her of the cyclical snake which ate its own tail.
Ooh, the Ouroboros.
Where... Hey, Ethel... Why? I get you're an English
Because
lit major, but where is this coming from?
Do you not
Because
think
they're
about
becoming one being.
You know, the double-headed snake which sucks its own faces. What was it called?
I
Ethel had
just said the
known
Ouroboros.
once. Look, you're the mushroom girl. I'm the narrator. Look here. Ethel had known once, but she couldn't remember.
And I'm gonna keep on liking you.
Had the girl's eyes always been so dark?
Oh,
No matter what. That's just the sort of person I am.
I would love it if it smash cut right here, like full
Yeah.
back, and then she woke up in her bed again on the next day.
Yup, and it's
Oh,
like,
God.
wait, and did it not? Why are there mushrooms growing out of my fingers?
It was with a light giggle, one which sounded oddly or eerie. I thought it said serene. Eerie. But the girl leant in anew to reclaim Ethel's lips with her own. I sound like I'm reading sultry fanfiction.
Yeah, you sure do.
You have to be in a
Wow,
mood.
you
an
guys-
extreme idea, or we just find
Yes.
fan fiction and all
I
the
heard it.
You
I
guys
heard
keep fucking going over me.
Mm.
I'm going to kill you.
But honestly,
There you go. Death threat number 2.
if I get to 3, I get a
Yeah,
free
that was-
ride to heaven.
3 strikes, I send Bailey our address.
You could do that with 1. Hell, none.
Honestly, no. You gotta see me when I get actually tilted.
Yeah.
Like the towers?
Like the tower.
Like the towers, which
Yeah.
fell on the Lord's Day of September 11th, 2001.
There's
Yep.
21 pilots now.
It's 21 pounds.
Funny.
That one hit me in waves. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ethel gasped at the kiss, though it wasn't, at this point, a surprise. She had expected it. The girl had kissed her innumerable times already, after all. That night... Oh. The girl had kissed her innumerable times already, after all, that night. So much so, Ethel couldn't keep count of it. Ethel still found herself squirming, however, at this new volley of intense kisses. Ethel felt the girl's teeth nip at her lower lip. Too insistent to be truly teasing, while the fingers of her right hand cupped her cheek. The fingers of the girl's left hand, meanwhile, seemed imbued with a newfound restlessness. Not relentlessness, restlessness.
Roaming hands.
They
Yeah.
began to
Yeah,
roam,
there we go.
slipping beneath the hem of Ethel's sensible sweater. And then...
Ah!
Ethel shuddered, her nerve endings aflame as the girl's palm pressed against her newly bared skin. The girl's touch was cold enough to be glacial. I felt like icy needles were being inserted beneath the skin. Sharp, pointed needles which drove the air clean from Ethel's body. I am going to have...
Right, adding temperature play to the tags.
Drink a bit of Dr. Pepper.
Drink
Recompose
Dr.
myself.
Recompose
Get into the
yourself.
mindset.
Yep.
I am the narrator, and this is
Reading
an
smut
Aurora.
now. Lock in.
Yeah, lock in.
That's
Oh,
like genuinely what I'm
narrator-
trying to do right now.
The narrator of Baldur's Gate 3 has so many amazing outtakes.
Yes. That woman is a hero. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like I would kill for a job like that, but also at the same time, God.
Yeah.
God. The further the kisses progressed, the greater Ethel's deterioration became. Her eyelids flickered. Though she had her eyes opened, the girl was so close Ethel couldn't see very much of her. You know, as much as she wanted to see her. In the dark of the night, the girl seemed an amorphous being, made of teeming shadows. Something which wasn't wholly human. Ethel whimpered helplessly against the girl's mouth, her whole body aflame. An uncomfortable sort of dread had begun to crawl up Ethel's spine. It was cold and creeping, and it left her paralyzed, completely incapable of moving. For a few moments, Ethel could only sit there, accepting the girl's kisses, but no longer reciprocating them. The girl's tongue felt thick, heavy, felt a thick, heavy sort of thing in her mouth, like a slab of leather, and Ethel was filled with a sudden desire to bite down upon it.
Damn.
Crunch.
Get it, girl.
Hey, yo.
Her shoulders shook. She didn't want this. It was all happening too quickly. The girl's fingers roaming higher still beneath Ethel's shirt. And Ethel jolted. Her eyes widened. Then she shifted back, breaking the kiss with such suddenness it seemed almost akin to violence. Good for you, girl. Good for you.
Yeah.
Know your boundaries.
Know your boundaries. I'm sorry. I don't want to be rude. It's just this is all so sudden.
Oh.
The girl examined Ethel, her head cocked to one side like a curious robin. Her lips curved into a smirk, and Her voice slightly amused, she said,
What's this? Don't tell me you're coming over all shy.
well, that's the problem, is I'm afraid that's what's going to happen.
No, it's just.
Ethel looked away from the girl, newly incapable of meeting her gaze. Who was she, anyway? I mean, we know you weren't able to meet her gaze. I mean, come on. Ethel
A
still...
question that maybe you should have asked, like, before making out with her twice.
Yeah.
To be fair, she did ask.
True.
Ethel still didn't know her name. She could have been a serial killer for all Ethel knew. A shadowy stranger who seduced hapless young girls. Not that Ethel herself was so young. Not
You're
anymore.
21.
Bitch,
Calm down,
listen.
bitch. You're a baby to me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm 26 in less than a month now.
Yeah.
Old.
Clay, you're already 26.
Yeah.
Then led them to their deaths. This seemed a bit of a far-fetched assumption, but the girl had been singing when Ethel first seen her. You know, the sign of a serial killer. Wasn't that something the sirens did in Greek myths of old? You know, this is like terrible for me as someone who, while boarding in the dead of night, will be singing very loudly. The sirens were well, okay. Well, at least I don't have that going for me. At least I do have the long curling hair, but I don't have a glittering
You
tail, and I'm not a beautiful
do?
woman.
We could get you a pretty glittering tail though.
Ooh, okay. Now we're working it. There we
Maybe
go.
those really cool silicone ones. I'm just saying.
Hey, there you go. Me trying to board down the street on a longboard in a tail, like a mermaid tail.
Clay, hearing weird singing in the middle of the night, goes out, opens the door, and sees David in a mermaid tail.
Trying.
I don't think I'd be surprised. I'd just be like, David, I gotta work in the morning. Come on. You can't do this to me.
The sirens were beautiful women with long curling hair and glittering tails, who would perch prettily upon their rocks, calling out to passing sailors. They had drowned more than a few hapless men that way, reducing their boats to pulp. For a second, I thought it said seducing their boats. Reducing their boats to pulp driftwood on the pointed, impersonal rocks.
Show me what that keel do.
Hey, yo. Ethel herself was no sailor, but she felt as though she was drowning.
Like a rat in a vat of soup.
Soup! Her lungs might very well have been full of fetid, muddied water. I almost forgot how to pronounce fetid. And the longer she sat with the girl, the more intense.
Like the chini?
Yeah, fetid chini. The more intense this feeling became. Ethel pressed her fingers against her lips. They were tingling. Her fingers and her lips both.
Girl, you're allergic.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm allergic to truffles. I already said I was shiitake, dumbass. Oh. Wait, what? Her brow, meanwhile, felt cold and clammy.
Oh.
I'm so glad I'm not reading any of the dialogue, because I keep catching myself just before I do it.
Yeah.
The girl, evidently taking Ethel's silence as a tacit confession that yes, she was feeling shy, giggled. Menu!
That's very cute.
You keep saying that, but am I really cute?
All right. Board of judges, what do we think?
Yeah.
I'd say yes.
I will say, like Shell has said before, the amount that she is deprecating about herself takes away from that.
Oh no, this is a girl I would end up with for like a week and then grow tired of and break up with. I'm gonna be honest. Like I'd pity her at first. I'd be like, "Aw, no," and then I'd get tired of doing that and I'd fuck off.
I knew this girl in real life. I played D&D with her.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would befriend a girl like this. Like, absolutely.
Yeah, until that
Don't
got
think I
old
could
too.
date one.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. You've got to be a little bit cute. Else I wouldn't like kissing you so much. In fact, I've become quite taken with you.
And not just because I'm sick of flicking my own bean.
God damn.
Where's that spray bottle?
I wasn't ready for that one. I was not ready. I think I need a beer.
You know, I might ask for a glass of mead.
I think you're
It's a
cut
beer.
off.
I haven't even drank yet.
It would be worse if you did.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
I
yeah.
would be unstoppable.
It's a bit of a shame you decided to cut a little rendezvous short.
Rendezvous? Was that how the girl wanted to term it? How delightfully European. European. I'm sorry.
All right.
I pronounced it weird and then I was like, European. I'm sorry.
We gotta get through this night.
We
I
gotta
do have
get through
work at-
this. Yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
got work at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
It almost made what they had done before, the girl's tongue shoved inside Ethel's mouth, seem cultured.
But it's all right. They wouldn't want to push you. Not too much, at least. So I'll play nice. For now. I won't demand too much from you. Although...
The girl's smile widened until, modulated by the shadows, it looked uncanny.
if you care for me, at least. Let's say 1/5 as much as I care for you. Shouldn't play games with my poor heart.
Oh, she getting toxic.
Yeah.
Yup.
Let's go.
Man, it's crazy being old now and seeing this dialogue and being like, oh, yeah. Yeah, somebody said this to me before. Huh. That's weird.
Uh-huh.
Blowing hot and cold will only keep my interest for so long. And we won't have much time together. Not after today. I wouldn't want you to wind up missing me too much.
It'll be like Persona. I'll only be able to be available certain days of the week from now on.
It'd be a shame if you never got to say everything you wanted to say. Or do everything you wanted to do.
Here, the girl raised her eyebrows suggestively, in a manner which didn't seem quite in keeping with her heart-shaped face.
You might as well make the most of things. Or at least try to. Don't they say it's better to regret the things you've done than the things you've not done?
Manipulator, points, manipulator. It was a saying Ethel was familiar with. But she also thinks that she's misremembering it. It's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission. But she didn't hold much stock in it. There were a lot of things she'd done during her short life that she wished, in retrospect, she hadn't. She wished she hadn't plucked up the courage to hold Clementine's hand for the very first time, when they'd both gone to the cinema to watch some mindless superhero movie.
It was a Marvel movie, wasn't it?
It probably was. I was going to make a joke about it being Captain America Civil War, or something. She wished that she hadn't had the wild idea of asking Clementine out on a date. Once the film had ended and the credits started rolling, and then they saw that funny scene at the very end of them, you know. And she wished that Clementine, giggling, hadn't said, "What's this? I thought we were already on a date." If a relationship had ever begun between the pair of them, then Ethel never would have known how much it hurt when a relationship fell apart. One that you cared about. She regretted that rather a lot. Sometimes, Ethel wished she could scrub her mind clean of their entire relationship. Oh, bad time to yawn. Ah. All the late night texting, the trips to the movies, the sleepovers in Clementine's dorm room, which had been bigger than Ethel's. But maybe some good had come out of their short-lived relationship after all. For a few months, at least, Ethel had been really, truly happy. Hey, remember the good times, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
And know
miserable
that-
now. It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and know that they're in the past. When she'd been Clementine's girlfriend, she hadn't felt at all lonely. This loneliness had returned full force, however, once everything had come to an end. But what was done was done. There was no sense dwelling on it. For the present, she existed in the here and the now, on a pew in Oxbury's church with the girl, and that was good enough for her. In any case...
Wow, just good enough. Sorry.
So many jokes I could make. Hadn't the girl said something rather strange?
What do you mean we don't have much time left to spend together?
Exactly what I said. My parents will be coming to pick me up soon. Tomorrow's my last full day here. I'll be gone on Monday morning.
Oh,
Ethel hadn't expected that. Though, why she hadn't expected it, she was unsure. The girl had told her earlier, hadn't she, that she wasn't staying in Oxbury indefinitely. She was just visiting. She had made it quite apparent that she couldn't wait to be rid of the place, a sentiment Ethel shared. She could have escaped Oxbury. She would have. It felt oppressive. It did seem awfully sudden, though, that the girl had announced her departure now, so soon after they'd met. 'Cause she's a manipulator. Ethel had only known the girl for 2 days. Or nights, rather. They barely had a chance to talk. Local old man yells at the fictional characters inside of his TV screen. I know, but... hell, they barely had a chance to speak. The girl had been so aggressive when it came to kissing her. Very little in the way of actual conversation had passed between them during the last 15 minutes. Now, it seemed unlikely that Ethel would ever see the girl again.
There.
God damn it. That was such a short line, I had to yawn. The girl, perhaps sensing Ethel's anxiety, let her hand rest atop Ethel's own. She smiled gently, then said,
We have one more day at least to share all of our dirty little secrets with one another.
you know, to know each other biblically. Oh,
So don't worry.
Oh god, I'm fucking everything up.
So don't worry. This isn't the end. Who knows? It might even be a new beginning.
new what?
Ethel,
Beginning.
dear. Goes in to suck her face again.
Oh god.
Ethel was stuck on the girl's words. They were rather corny. When the girl leant. Then, the girl pressed her lips against Ethel's cheeks. The kiss was a fleeting one, of a magnitude less intense than those she had previously bestowed upon her partner. But Ethel still blushed. She simply couldn't help herself. Not around the
Shrimply.
girl. Shrimply. She was hopeless.
I don't mind giving you my phone number or my address. I could even give you my national insurance number if you wanted it.
Hands her a card. Wait, are we married now? Wait, what?
You want my
Hold on.
social?
I don't think you need to go that far.
I thought not. Still, I want to show you how serious I'm being about this. I'm serious about us.
The mushrooms rooting around this girl's brain, trying to figure out how do I word this?
Yeah.
Like, how intense she wants to make this. Yeah, my national insurance number. Yeah, that should be good. All right, now say it, mouth. Us? Was there an us? That was news to Ethel.
But you have to make a bit of effort too, alright? If you want to keep seeing me, then I need to test your resolve.
You have to go through a bunch of towers where at the end someone will tell
You
you
have to-
your princess is in another one.
You have to pass through these trials 3.
In order to fuck me.
It's like a quest from a fairy tale, you know. Not that I'm as sadistic as a princess from those.
Liar.
I won't have you scouring the ends of the earth for golden apples or slaying any dragons. What I want is much more manageable. You just need to come to the church and see me tomorrow night, like you usually do. Do you think you can manage that? Do say that you will. I hate for things to end like this.
No, Mom, I didn't finish my thesis. I was too busy fucking the mushroom girl. You have to understand, I was fucking the mushroom girl. The girl looked at Ethel, her gaze poignant and her lips pursed. And, as Ethel stared into the girl's pretty face, she found herself incapable of looking away. That's the spores. She was spellbound. That's the spores.
Yeah.
Thoughts of the girl were Ethel's constant companions as she navigated the forest's twisting paths, and as she emerged from the thicket of trees which surrounded her. Hi there. Did you find the mushroom girl? Please. Please tell me you didn't fuck her. No, I... Good.
The whole time, not gonna lie, during the kissing scene, I was like, Mr. Brown's gonna be walking through the woods and just find her in a patch of mushrooms, just like making out with, yeah.
Like air making out with nothing. These thoughts
Just like
percolated.
this cloud of spores around her.
There you go.
Fantastic.
These thoughts percolated inside her skull as she went her way through Oxbury streets. Hit me in waves again. Street, rather, until she returned to the nondescript lane where her parents' house was situated. Ethel thought of the girl as her fingers fumbled for her keys. Make sure not to grab the back door one again. And she thought of the girl as she pushed the front door inwards with a click. She thought of her as she bent to unlace her shoes, and as she ascended the stairs with a series of heavy, lumbering footfalls. She thought of the girl as she drew a bath. Ethel had always liked having baths, and it was nice being able to fill the tub so late at night without having to worry about waking her parents. And as she submerged herself, nymph-like, in the warm water. Ethel had run the water hot on purpose. She liked her baths to be scalding, hot enough that the sensitive skin on her soles began to prune and her face turned pink, and she could feel it permeating her pores.
It's gonna wash out some of those spores, be careful.
Mm-hmm. Or good. She curled up inside the tub like a newborn. Okay, I'm hearing water in the background of this, I think. Shivering as the ceramic pressed against her skin. The hot water was soothing, as was the sound of the water as it rippled around her. But, though she was now far away from the forest, and from the girl which dwelt within, Ethel's thoughts had yet to stray from the girl. Still, she thought of her, turning her visage over and over in her head as a child might play with pebbles on the beach. The girl had overtaken her thoughts entirely, seemed, in fact, to have permeated through Ethel's skin and into the core of her very being. Nah, that's just the spore itchies. Ethel's bones ached for the girl, as did her muscles. Ethel's thoughts were becoming vague, a side effect of the bath water, but she might have run a bit too hot after all. Steam was rising from the undulating surface of the water. It misted over the bathroom mirror from the silvery taps on the end of the tub. Ethel's flushed cheeks were starting to prickle with moisture. When she blinked, a pearly bead of sweat was dislodged from her left eyelid. Slowly, it trickled down her nose, and Ethel brushed it away. Ethel's body felt as though it was burning. This wasn't wholly the fault of the water. The heat wasn't an external thing, sloshing against her thighs and her stomach and the curve of her back. It seemed to be inside her, too. Like, y'all hear that, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Make sure I'm not going crazy. It had infiltrated her. These thoughts of the girl, of her lithe, lean body, and her dark hair were so overwhelming they were almost intimidating. Like the particularly sadistic parasites which infected insects, to have them climb to conspicuous places so they could be consumed by predators. Ethel too felt her body moving. Haha, I see what you did there, Cordyceps. She was hardly conscious of what she was doing.
It's this kind of fungus. Those ones are terrifying.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Last of Us is cool. I need to play the first one at some point.
Well, I mean, like the real life fungus is terrifying too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Saw a thing online somewhere where someone was like feeding some cordyceps off his own blood. Wild
God.
experiment.
Why? Why are you trying to make the zombies, my dude? That's how you get zombies.
Yeah. It was very late at night, and she was tired, and the bath water was so very warm. As her hand shifted, Ethel's left hand found one of her breasts. A full curve of supple flesh, which was stamped from the bath. I need to lock in again, apparently.
Yeah.
They did the descriptions of masturbation.
Yep. Ethel had never liked her breasts very much. She had, in fact, considered them a constant source of shame ever since she had been a young girl. They had swollen much more quickly than the rest of her female classmates, even when she had been in primary school. Lauren had taken her bra shopping when she had been only 9 years old, much to Ethel's chagrin. The other girls her age, the Shanias and the Imogens and the Morgans of the world, had still been playing hopscotch in the playground and tying one another's hair in uneven pigtails. Ethel, meanwhile, had to go bra shopping with her mother. She was the first in her class to wear a bra, and she felt like it marked her. The ugly beige flesh harness which made her stand out when she tried to change for PE class among the other girls. Shania and Morgan had both giggled when they had seen Ethel's bra, as though it was something shameful, as though they themselves would never need to wear a bra one day. That had been nothing new for Ethel, however. Even at the tender age of 9 and some change, Ethel had been tragically accustomed to the teasing from her other classmates. She hadn't been prepared for the boys to get up on her too, however. There had been one boy in particular, Aiden Yates, who'd found Ethel's new bra supremely fascinating. He'd sat behind Ethel in class, and he'd soon taken to twanging the elastic on the back of her bra beneath her demure yellow and white check school dress, so that the band snapped against Ethel's skin. Kids are mean. This had hurt her, though worse than any physical discomfort, it had been humiliating.
This is when you turn around and you slap that fucker in the face.
But she's so tired. She was so used to being picked on. She had been so very
If I had a
humiliated.
daughter.
Oh, you know, if I had a
Slap him in the-
daughter and she came home and said, "This happened to me," I'd be like, "Yeah, you should punch that guy's lights out. Bite
Yeah.
his nose off."
I'll pick you up early from school when you get suspended. I'm down.
Stab him.
You could spend the rest of the day playing, I don't know, fucking PS2 or whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, go for it.
She had been so very humiliated by this, she hadn't been able to tell Mr. Brown about Aiden. She hadn't wanted to draw even more attention to her bra, or to her breasts, which she had despised. Ethel had been on the receiving end of jeers and catcalls from men twice her age in the street before she had been in double digits. Ew.
Gross.
It's a thing.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
gross, though.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It had been a miserable experience, one which made her resent her body. No, yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This whole time I was like, not too bad, and then it just like kept getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
God. I know, like part of me wishes I was born a woman, but I'm very glad I wasn't born a woman, because, oh god.
Some of it's fun, a lot of it's shit.
Yeah. Even now, when Ethel had grown and the rest of her body had filled out to the degree she no longer looked as horribly disproportionate as she had as a child, Ethel still loathed her breasts. The problem is she has fat tits. She doesn't want them. If she could have, she would have clawed them from her body like lumps of clay or lumps of dough. Ethel couldn't do that, however. All she could do was endure them. And that was precisely what Ethel had tried to do. She had endured and endured and endured, never much liking the cumbersome cage of flesh she had been trapped in.
I really gotta go like 10 minutes ago, so.
I think it's fair. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to be quick. But it wasn't resentment. You know what?
Yeah, she.
We're gonna back up to
Yeah.
this. So that way, immediately on the VOD later, like in the next session, we're not talking about, we're not immediately getting into masturbation.
Yeah. That's
We're going
fine.
into trauma first and then masturbation.
Exactly.
Trauma,
that's-
then jorking it. Perfect.
Trauma than joking it. Thanks, guys. Love hanging out. I'm not gonna do a long goodbye because I got work at 8 and I still gotta do stuff.
Yeah, no,
Love you,
head out.
bye.
Thank you, bye.
See it.
And any audience members, you have a good night as well. Goodbye.
Bye.